live from Hooper Stadium on the campus of Nevada Union High School. Football is back. Touchdown Productions, beginning our 13th season of local high school sports television, is proud to present Nevada Union Minor Football. Tonight, in the Miners' home opener, they take on the Ponderosa Bruins. It's the first game of the 2009 campaign, and all the football action begins right here, right now. It's the NorCal Game of the Week. A warm and humid summer evening is upon us here at Hooper Stadium as we unwrap the 2009 football season, our featured game, Nevada Union versus the Ponderosa Bruins. Good evening, football fans, wherever you are in our worldwide audience. Jim Adams, the voice of Nevada Union Minor Football, joined tonight by my partner, former NU halfback Michael Strong, our director tonight in Commander 2, Gil Dominguez, and of course the rest of the Touchdown Production sports team on hand for our 13th season of high school football. But before we get started, let's officially welcome Michael to the broadcast. Michael, we've been working here together before the season for a few weeks, and looking forward to working with you throughout this campaign.
Well, thanks, Jim. It's a great opportunity to work with you and Gil and everyone associated with Touchdown Productions. I'm really excited about the 2009 version of the Nevada Union Miners. Tonight we'll get our first glimpse of the team in action, and I think Ponderosa is going to be a great matchup for them.
The Miners are led by several returning seniors, including 3-year starting quarterback. You'll see him as number 11, Brogan Jantz.
And Brogan was catapulted into this role as a sophomore when his brother Steele broke his leg in Game 1 of the 2007 season. The coaching staff has tweaked the wing T offense around his style of play, and he has accepted every responsibility and proven himself on the field and is looking for big things this season.
Also new this season is an increase in our football coverage. This year we will double the amount of games, and besides our regular local channels, all the games will be broadcast on the internet at www.nevadacountytv.org. So tell all your friends that the NorCal Game of the Week is now broadcast around the world on the World Wide Web. And when we come back, we'll talk about this year's teams. We'll go over Ponderosa. We remind you, you are watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union football on the Touchdown Productions television network.
Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum welcome you to their Grass Valley location. Using OptiMap technology, Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum offer complete eye examinations and can treat any eye condition. They then fill your prescription and grind your lenses in-house, offering a wide selection of frames and contacts. Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum, protecting your most precious gift of sight. 360 Sierra College Drive, Grass Valley. Personal trainer Michael Strong has a new way for you to be healthy. It's GetFitRight.net, the personal trainer that comes to you. Speed, strength, agility, and stamina can all be increased with regular workouts, and Michael Strong tailors each one to you. So be healthy with the help of Michael Strong and
GetFitRight.net! Woo!
In Grass Valley.
Walker's Office Supplies. Mike Anderson and his family at Walker's Office Supplies specialize in ways to make your business and home become more efficient. They carry thousands of products, from printer ink to pencils. You can shop in the store, order over the phone, or on the net at walkersgv.com, and they'll deliver it usually in just one day. Walker's Office Supplies, 535 Main Street in Grass Valley.
Your car or truck is an extension of your personality. Chuck Cavros knows this, so Top This delivers truck and auto attitude every day with in-store displays featuring thousands of products from WeatherGuard, DZ, bracket truck racks, along with a large selection of aftermarket performance products, all from the top manufacturers. So give your car or truck the attitude it deserves at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories.
The Painter family has been taking care of feeding Nevada County families since 1959. And in October, we'll celebrate 50 years of service to you. At both locations of SPD, you'll always find USDA choice beef and a full-service meat department, a complete deli section, produce department, post office, and everything else that makes SPD so special. SPD Markets, hometown proud, where your neighbors shop.
Purchasing a used car is better for the environment than buying a new one. That's right, the energy it takes to create a new automobile versus one already built is substantial. So when you choose a used vehicle from Keith Kerwin and Todd Slover, you're helping the environment by consuming less energy. At Pioneer Motors, every car is hand-picked, Carfax checked, inspected, and detailed. Pioneer Motors, 1611 Main Street in Grass Valley.
And by Touchdown Productions, we're beginning our 13th season of local sports television. Our pleasure to be with you tonight. Jim Adams, Michael Strong saying thanks for tuning in and making us the #1 sports telecast in the foothills. Remember, all of our Game of the Week telecasts since 1997 are now available on DVD. Over 1,500 of the greatest sports moments produced by Touchdown Productions, now seen streaming all over the world at www.nevadacountytv.org. Just click on Watch NCTV Now for your next broadcast of the NorCal Game of the Week. So, Michael, here we are in the first game of the season. You know, it was just a year ago that Nevada Union started off the season against this same Ponderosa team. That version of it was in Ponderosa, but yet a 15-14 thriller.
Well, Jim, it was a great game by both teams. Really a defensive battle, something that you necessarily don't see NU get into too many times. With such an explosive offense that NU has, you tend to see a lot of scoring, and so this should be another great matchup as both teams look very strong this year.
Nevada Union happened to win that on a touchdown that brought it to 14-13, went for the two-point conversion, were successful, and ultimately won the game. But that was last year, and that was then. Let's talk a little bit about now. Michael, this Nevada Union team comes in with a very strong version in 2009.
Well, they do. They've got some serious seniors coming back, and key players to look for, Daniel Petnato. Huge player on the defensive side, gives you that Spencer Havner look on the offensive side as a tight end and a linebacker. Brogan Jantz going into his third season as a starter. He's looking, again, like we talked about earlier, a big season. So they've got some headliners on here. And another player to watch out for, Chad Knight, clean 330 this year. Set the school record for the Olympic clean for Nevada Union. So big players, big names. Looking forward to watching all three of these guys play tonight.
Interesting version this year in that, you know, in a lot of years, the Miners have a little bit better of an offense than a defense. But this year, tremendous amount of balance.
I would say so. The way they played last week against Bear River, you could see their defense was on point. I thought they played extremely well. The offense has to tweak a few more things as they get into this season. Had a few mistakes, but overall looked extremely strong. And I just think the combination of their offense and defense this year can really take them a long way into the playoffs.
Miners rated #2 in the sack section so far. By the Sac B, a lot of promise, and we'll be back to talk a little bit more about the Miners and a little bit more also about Ponderosa after we remind you that you are watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union Miner football.
On the offensive side, at center, number 66, Connor Scott. Starting guard, number 64,
Gil, I can't read it.
Number 52, Connor Flower.
Hanson Brothers Enterprises, everyone knows it's less expensive to rent than to buy, and HB is committed to providing you with rental products and service just like it has since 1953. Now with 2 locations, your local HB Rentals is a full-service rental facility and supply yard that's open daily. HB carries aerial lifts, chippers, weed eaters, trenchers, and tractors by Bobcat and Kubota. HB Rentals in Colfax and Grass Valley. Proud to be a part of Hanson Enterprises.
And Mike Bratton State Farm Insurance and Financial Services. Are you in the State Farm zone? At Mike Bratton's State Farm Insurance, you'll never have to worry about it because Mike and his team know how to take care of you and your family's insurance needs. They do their best to exceed your expectations of what an insurance company can do for you because they are also your friends and neighbors right here in Nevada County. Mike Bratton, State Farm Insurance.
Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Plaza Tire is the official auto repair facility of your NorCal Game of the Week and has been recognized by the union readers for the past 7 years. They carry the top brands including Uniroyal, Bridgestone, and Firestone. Mark and Mike all know how important it is for Touchdown Productions to get to every game. So if the Commander 2 is down, they get her back on the road quickly, and will do the same for you. Plaza Tire and Auto Service, auto repair done on your schedule, not theirs. And by Touchdown Productions, it's our 13th season of local sports television. Our pleasure to be with you tonight. Jim Adams, Michael Strong saying thanks for tuning in and making us the #1 sports telecast in the foothills. All of our Game of the Week telecasts since 1997 are now on DVD. Over 1,500 of the greatest sports moments produced by Touchdown Productions, now seen streaming all over the world at www.nevadacountytv.org. Just click on Watch NCTV Now for your next broadcast of the NorCal Game of the Week. Let's talk a little bit, Michael, about this Ponderosa squad that they're going to be facing tonight. If you take a look at that team, you know, is it safe to say that they kind of have a one-dimension offense?
It looks to be that way. They definitely heavily rely on one dimension. NU is going to look to try to put a stop to that, beat them the other way. And if Nevada Union is able to do that, you're looking at a pretty good outcome for Nevada Union.
Lindell Scar has been the do-it-all person for Ponderosa. Last season, 1,869 yards, 20 touchdowns. We're going to talk a little bit more about him after our national anthem.
Tonight, we'd like to honor 2 individuals that have passed away over this last year.
In fact, honoring a couple
Longtime supporters of Nevada Union football,
who have
boosters,
passed away.
junior minors, many community events.
And
please join me in a moment of silence.
A moment of
for
silence
Mr. Scott Stillwell,
for Scott Stillwell,
Mr. Mike Ulowinski.
and Mike Ulinski.
Thank you. And now, the national anthem. Please give a nice warm Nevada County welcome under the direction of Mr. Rod Baggett. Please welcome our 2009 Nevada Union Miners Choir.
To play our national anthem.
Last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Our national anthem as we get closer to game time here at Hooper Stadium. The person to watch tonight for Ponderosa Lindell Scar. Last week in a 26-7 loss versus Berkeley, he had 211 yards rushing, 2 of 4 passes for 30 yards. He did 231 yards, Michael, of the 275 yards offensively for Ponderosa.
Again, Ponderosa is going to look to pound the ball right at Nevada Union. Nevada Union is going to need to stay strong. If they're able to stop that run, force them to pass, I think they'll definitely come out with a win in this one. But as you can see, Ponderosa is someone who is dedicated to the run, slowing down this the tempo of the game, making sure that they can keep Nevada Union off the field. If they can control the clock, it gives themselves a good shot.
And so let's go on down to the coin toss for tonight's key matchup.
Yourself, guys.
Gary Angelich, I'm on Ponderosa side. Good night, gentlemen.
Go ahead, Mike Maynard, I'm your umpire, guys. Good luck.
Brian Jacobs, I'm the back judge. Have a good one, gentlemen.
Will Kelsey, I'm the line judge. Good luck, folks.
Okay, guys, we're very excited. Game, I know it's not your first game, but we're just getting into the season. Let's have some fun. Everybody have some fun, play good football. Okay? Team, I got a heads and a tails and a silver dollar, tails and a heads. Okay, I want you to call it before I throw it. What are you going to call it?
Tails.
Tails is the call.
And there's the toss. And it appears as though Nevada Union has won.
Yes, it is. Yeah, your choice. Defer. They want to defer. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, want to invite everyone to become a 12th fan.
Your choice, you want the ball.
Nevada
Right?
Union.
12 fans with the new rally gear. It's only $6.
You want to kick off?
You want to kick off that side? On this side, okay.
Help offsetting the cost.
And so Nevada Union will take the second half kickoff, and they will defer to Ponderosa in the first half. So Nevada Union will start off defensively. Few final comments on Ponderosa. A little bit up in the air who will play quarterback this week. Will Dias played last week, junior, for Ponderosa, but he was 1 for 7 for 11 yards and 3 interceptions. So we'll have to see who figures into that mix tonight. Defensively, let's watch for a couple of players. Joey DePalma had 12 tackles last week, and Connor Raines, a defensive tackle, 6'7", 310 pounds. So a big team that Nevada Union wants to jump on early, and it will, after a good week of practice, the Miners hope to capitalize on that. Back to receive the kickoff for the Bruins, Andrew Donegan on our near side. And Andrew Canepa on the far side. So Connor Maloney just about ready to start off this 2009 preseason for the Miners. One of the finest squads Nevada Union has had in recent years, and it is underway. Deep it goes. Maloney puts it into the end zone for a touchback.
And Jim, that's something that we saw last week for Nevada Union's kicker. And Maloney, he can kick. He boomed that one again into the end zone, and it was the same situation as last week in the scrimmage, just booming kickoffs. And not to mention he's got a pretty good leg when he comes to place kicking too. You know,
Maloney was good last year as a junior. You can imagine what he's going to be like this year. So looking for big things. Scar in the backfield. Handoff, tries to get into the secondary. Some gang tackling by Nevada Union, and a gain of about 7 on the play.
And it seems to be Ponderosa is going to go with a bit of that spread offense, something that a lot of teams have gone to, and even NU has somewhat gone to a spread offense with a shotgun. Some others call it a little bit of the wildcat formation as well.
Scar at quarterback with the direct snap. Man in motion, handoff, sweep to this left side, and getting first down yardage on the play is number 34, Andrew Donegan.
Nevada Union did what they wanted to do right there, was force the play back inside, but unfortunately there was just nobody there to make the tackle. And as you can see here, it's going to be a bit of a fly sweep motion that Ponderosa runs, and they get to the outside, and NU does, forcing the runner back inside, but again, there's just nobody there. It looked like they had a few too many Miners flow too much to the outside, giving it too much of a crease up the middle.
Interesting scheme so far. Did not expect Scar to come in at quarterback. But here he is, first down, 1st and 10, takes it himself, goes to the right side, breaks on through, good yardage again, picks up another about 6 yards, maybe 7 on the play.
And we talked about Ponderosa being one-dimensional. This is exactly what they need to do in order to control the clock, control the tempo. And the longer they can keep Nevada Union's defense out there, the longer the offense doesn't have their hands on the ball, and the less chance of NU scoring a touchdown.
So another good gain, and Michael, looks like that offensive line of Ponderosa is doing a good job against the defense of Nevada Union.
Well, they're definitely firing off the ball, and they're pushing that defense back. Nevada Union needs to start to fight back here.
Man in motion, but here is Scar again, and he is taken into the backfield and dragged down for a loss. A bevy of Miners. There was a fumble on the play, and it is Nevada Union's ball, so Scar is stripped, and the ball is turned over, so we have our first opportunity of the night to see the Nevada Union offense. Let's take a look at this, see if we can pick up the fumble here, Michael.
Well, we saw DJ Crouch come up and blow up the play at first, and then you saw 3 or 4 Miners come in, and they were able to just get their hands in there, strip that ball, and something that Coach Humphers preaches is the first 2 guys hit, that second guy needs to be pulling that ball out, and that's exactly what happened, and Nevada Union was able to come up with the recovery.
Some good gang tackling, and here's Nevada Union on first down. Brogan Jans, back to pass, looks over into the right flat, but throws incomplete his intended receiver, Eric Niederberger.
I think we saw a little bit of jitters right there by Brogan. Those first games, a little bit too amped up after that fumble recovery, and he just let it sail a little wide.
So for Nevada Union, I think we're going to see a mix of plays tonight, probably a little bit more emphasis on the run than on the pass, but here we are in a 2nd and 10. Man in motion, back gives off, and a short gain again by Eric Niederberger.
And just a little, looked like little counter play, and again, Nevada Union went to that Wildcat formation somewhat with Brogan as he grew up here. Last year they went to the shotgun, and they've really adopted it, and it's down all the way through JV, freshman, and even the junior minors run it.
Big play early on, 3rd down and about 7. Back is Jans over the middle, complete. First down, Nevada Union.
And just a fantastic throw right there by Brogan. He had some zip on that ball. It looked like it almost knocked this player backwards with how hard he threw that. And a great catch there by Eric Niederberger.
So Niederberger, a big part of the scheme offensively. You're going to see a lot of the plays go to Niederberger and Drew Hoskins. Watch for Hoskins also to have a big night here. A lot out of the shotgun here early on. Rolls left, throws left, complete. First down inside the 20.
And Duncan Chappell there running that route perfectly. Really was able to sell the corner that he was going deep and just pulled the brakes up, made the little outplay, and Brogan hit him on a perfect pass.
So 1st and 10 inside the 20 at the, hard to read it, inside the 20 at about the 18. Here's a sweep, right side. This is Hoskins. Needs a block, gets it, cuts inside. That was Chris Beertemple. I called it Hoskins early on, but Chris Beertemple, and he runs for another first down.
And just some great blocking right there as the Miners were able to bring it to the outside. And you saw, again, Chappell on that one picking up a good block to help Beertemple pick up a couple more yards.
Hoskins now in the backfield. And for this play, Jans under center. 1st and goal. That goes to Hoskins, tries to find a hole, gets down inside the 5, close to the goal line, and it'll be a 2nd and goal for Nevada Union. And so far, Michael, they've kind of had it, except for the incomplete pass on the first play of this series, they've kind of had it their way.
Yeah, you can tell Nevada Union's offense is really starting to pick it up. They're getting to the line fast, and anytime you're able to have that fast tempo, it throws the defense off a little bit.
Beertemple checks out, ball on the 1-yard line. This will be Hoskins again, but I'm not sure that he made it. Let's see. Touchdown, Nevada Union!
And just a great job right there by Drew Hoskins fighting for those yardage. Ponderosa did well in stuffing that run, but the determination of Drew Hoskins really made that play.
So as I said, aside from the incompletion on that first drive, pretty impeccable series there, Michael.
Yes, the Nevada Union offensive line is definitely putting some pressure on the Ponderosa's defensive line, really starting to manhandle them a little bit. And if you're Nevada Union, you want to start off hot. The first drive coming out, scoring a touchdown, you want to put Ponderosa in a hole early, because if you can get up on them enough, it doesn't seem that Ponderosa has the passing offense in order to bring them back into this game with that only run offense that they somewhat run.
Maloney's kick is good. And it appears as there was a flag on the play. I think Nevada Union is going to have to come back and re-kick that. Yes, a 5-yard penalty against the Miners.
As you can see here, it's going to be a fly sweep to Beer Temple, and he gets to the outside, has some good lead blockers out there, and it was just able to spring him right up to about the 5-yard line, and from there, Drew Hoskins was able to take it in.
So Connor Maloney back in. This one a little bit of a longer kick. However, Maloney usually very accurate with a great leg. Ball is spotted. It is kicked. It is good. So we'll look at the scoreboard with 8:17 to go in the first quarter. Nevada Union leads 7-0. And let's take a look at the touchdown that punctuated that drive.
Again, you just see Drew Hoskin. He just runs in the line, gets stuff. There's even somebody wrapped around him, but he just keeps moving his leg, keeps pushing. You see Petnato giving a little bit of a push there, and it was just a great run by Drew Hoskins to get over the line.
First impression is a good impression with this Nevada Union offense, Michael. Both from the pass viewpoint and from the run viewpoint, they kind of seem to have the Bruins on their heels in that first drive.
Yes, you saw Brogan complete 2 passes, very good throws, good routes by the receivers, and the running game, as usual for Nevada Union, is just flowing.
So Maloney to kick off again. And again, back deep is Canepa on the far side, Dunnigan on the near side. High, deep, and into the end zone for a touchback.
Maloney again showing off that strong leg that he has, and something that he's been known for the last couple years.
You know, he had a great season last year. However, this is he didn't always put it in the end zone, but I think that you got to say this about Connor Maloney. Did a lot of work during the offseason, built up the leg a little bit more, and so far everything's been in the end zone.
And he looks confident as well. Something that you also get bringing back another returning kicker, and that's not something that you see very often with Nevada Union. It tends to be seniors that are kicking.
So Scar again at quarterback. He'll bring it to the left side, hit hard, but a nice gain on the play, close to first down yardage, takes it to about the 29.
And again, good blocking by the receiver there, and it looked like number 15, Niederberger, was going to get off his block and make a play, but his blocker just stuck with him a little bit longer, and Scar was able to get around him for a good chunk of yardage.
So Scar so far, the total offense for this team, and that'll bring up a second down and just 1 on the play, and there's a stoppage here. And there's a flag in the backfield there. Illegal motion against Ponderosa.
Just early mistakes right here by Ponderosa. We saw the fumble, and after you get a huge chunk of yardage like that, you don't want to give it right back to Nevada Union with a simple 5-yard penalty.
So what was a 9-yard gain, in essence, net turns into a 4-yard gain, and that'll bring up a second down and 6. Man in motion, but here's Scar again. Good yardage. Looks like he has the first down, depending upon the spot, and it looks like they might spot it just a tad short.
And again, Ponderosa's offensive line is just getting a good push. It looks like they're running behind Connor Raines, their big offensive tackle, and he is just making a hole out there for Scar to move right through.
Well, and Rain is going to be a force because 300-plus pounds and 6'7", That's going to be a tough assignment, and like you said, he's really moving in that direction. So that'll bring up a 3rd down and short yardage. Harder in motion. Rolls right, finds the hole, gets the 1st down. In fact, takes it to the 35, and that will be the first down of the evening for the Ponderosa Bruins.
And Chad Knight did a pretty good job there reading the play and coming down the line to make that tackle. Unfortunately, it was a little late as Ponderosa's offense picking up where they left off from that first drive before it was ended by the fumble.
6:27 to go, first quarter, Nevada Union leading 7-0. Second drive of the night for the Bruins. The first one ended in a fumble by Scar. Exclusively in the shotgun, and now he'll come right up the middle, and great yardage. Miners finally drag him down as he gets into the secondary. Another 1st down almost at midfield.
And Nevada Union has no answer right now for that offensive line. Again, just being pushed back, and they're just running behind Connor Raines out there, and Chad Knight has got his work cut out for him tonight. And those are 2 big guys that you do like to see. Again, as you see here, Scar just taking the direct snap, gives a little fake, and a huge hole right there, and a missed tackle by the NU player. Looked like Beer Tumple on that one. Couldn't come up with the play.
Jordan Harder, good block on the play. Direct snap, coming towards us, but a great penetration into the backfield by Eric Niederberger.
And Niederberger came up unblocked for the most part on that sweep. Making a great play, and Nevada Union's going to have to make those tackles. And anytime you can get them in that 2nd and long, 3rd and long, Ponderosa struggles with their passing offense. It'll be hard for them to pick it up.
You know, Michael, with Scar gaining the yardage, don't you kind of go with that scheme until it fails to produce?
Definitely. It looks like Scar's coming off the field right now, and they're going with. Maybe they are going to the passing game.
And he's limping off the field. In fact, in comes Will Dias. We talked about him in last week's contest, 1 for 7. Here's the handoff. Miners there to meet Jordan Harder on the play. And it's a short game. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
And it looks like Ponderosa has gone back to somewhat of a vanilla offense, just I formation, run it straight up the middle. And I think we're seeing the value that Scar has, bringing in that somewhat of a wildcat option and that spread formation. And I think now is the time for Nevada Union to really pounce on Ponderosa with Scar being out.
So Scar out, Dias in, 3rd down and 9 from almost midfield. Man in motion, does the quarterback draw. Miners converging on Dias, good yardage on the play. Good gain, but short of a 1st down.
And it looked like it was a broken play. Thought he was going to hand it off and found himself not handing it off to anybody and was able to still make something out of it. As you can see here, looked like he was going to hand it off and then ends up having that he still has the ball and has to find his way through traffic, and it actually ended up being a pretty good fake. He had a lot of wide open room to still make a play, but unfortunately still came up short.
So 3rd down and about 4th down and about 3 on the play, and still no sign of Scar, but Ponderosa takes their first time out of the first half. And I think that they look at this play, Michael, and they say pretty important moment here of the first quarter.
So if you'd like to have your seat,
and so for the Miners, a big 4th down play, but even a bigger play here for Ponderosa after they have given up 7 points to the Miners.
Yes, Ponderosa is definitely going to need this. As we saw with Nevada Union's offense, they were able to roll rather quickly. So if Ponderosa can pick up this 1st down, it'll allow them to eat up more of the clock, keeping the offense on the sideline, maybe give their defense a little bit more of a rest to regroup and be able to stop Nevada Union. At the other side, Nevada Union stopping this 4th down is going to be a huge momentum swing into their favor, and I think you're going to see them go down and score again if they're able to stop
You'd have to think, too, Michael, that something is going on with Scar if he is not in on this play. So here we go, 4th down. And Dias under center. and movement by Ponderosa, and this may very well cause a punt.
And Ponderosa looking to do the opposite and get the Miners jumped off sides, and a mental penalty, not something that they needed in that position. Again, like you said, they're going to have to resort to a punt.
Well, you know, both of their penalties for motion have hurt the team. And here now they have to go back into punt formation.
And a very dangerous punt return team Nevada Union has, running again with the reverse on punt as well as kick return.
And that is kicked out of bounds. Kind of shanks it on the play. Let's see where they go.
And actually it looked good. It was just wide left, very wide left.
And so the Miners start offensively. Going to kind of be an interesting series here. They're going to have, they're 78 yards away from pay dirt, and so let's see what this offense can do with where they need to go.
Well, this is where you'll get a real good feel of what Nevada Union can do. They did force the pump, got a little bit of momentum. It's not exactly like the fumble, so it'd be nice to see them put together a really good drive, eat up some of the clock, keep that defense on the field, so that way they're able to hurt them even more in the second half when that defense is tired.
So Jantz will have here on the near side Duncan Chappell. Man in motion. Gives it to Niederberger. Sweeping left. Good gain on the play and ends up with about 7 yards.
Well, we saw Biertumpel run that fly sweep the first time, and they got good yardage out of it. Coach Humper is going right back to the fly sweep with Niederberger this time going left, and again, another good, decent gain for Nevada Union.
And it's obvious that Dave Humpers thinks a lot of Biertumpel here, using him quite a bit offensively in the first two series.
Yes, and you actually tend to see Nevada Union platoon a little bit more, so getting some action on offense and defense.
Into the shotgun. This is Brogan calling his own number, and good yardage for another first down.
And a good opening hole for Nevada Union. As you can see, with so many fakes that Nevada Union does, it confuses the defense, and Ponderosa definitely got confused thinking that it was going to go right, and it was just a back counter play. And Nevada Union is able to spring for a first down.
So at their own 40, 3:06 to go, and a stoppage in play because of an injury by the Bruins. So 3:06 to go. Let's set it for you here. Miners have advanced to their own 40-yard line, picking up another first down on this drive that started at the 22, and a first and 10, leading 7-0. Moving towards the waning moments of the first quarter. Our pleasure to be with you tonight. Jim Adams, Michael Strong, and during the week, Michael and I get to see a lot of each other because I work out with Michael, or I should say he works me out.
Yes, and it's a lot of fun.
This is my chance to get a little revenge. He gets the revenge during the week. But you take a look at this Miners offense, the rest of this particular drive, Michael, I think is going to be some very interesting sequences.
Well, I think they're going to continue to move the ball. As you can see, they've come out already within their first two plays, picking up a first down. They're going to eat up this yardage on Ponderosa. Ponderosa is going to have to step their game up. Their defensive line is going to have to attack, and hopefully they don't get too faked out by this Miners team with all the fakes and fake sweeps that they run and fake counters. So hopefully Ponderosa can put it together.
Well, interesting part about it is that Nevada Union has really had a variety of different weapons, but they've really moved the ball very well. So let's see what happens here. Jantz tries to get away, but this time he's taken down in the backfield at the 35 for a 5-yard loss.
And that was perfect by Ponderosa. They got that good push, and they didn't go with the fake to Niederberger, and they were able to surround Jantz, who is a very good athlete and can move, and they need to gang tackle him if they want to have a shot at stopping him.
So a 4-yard loss on the play. That'll make it 2nd down and 14. Again in that shotgun formation.
Look for Petnato lined up at wide receiver here.
And the snap goes beyond where Jantz is, so another error there on the snap Unfortunately, the Miners recover a play that they might not have. Chris Beertemple comes back for the recovery.
And we just talked about how well their offense was looking, and you see 2 broken plays in a row for Nevada Union, and that's going to set them back tremendously as they go into this 3rd down.
So it's a 3rd and 25. Man in motion. Back to pass. Throws in the flat, has some good blockers. Needs to pick up a block, but instead Ponderosa does a good job of working off of that block and taking him out of bounds.
Well, they did, and it's still a huge gain by Nevada Union. A good play. You don't have many plays in your playbooks for 3rd and extremely long. But
that was a good one.
That was a good one. That was. I thought they executed it rather well. Maybe not necessarily looking for a 1st down on that one, but you're looking for field position if you're Nevada Union, just to pick up some of the yardage back.
And they got a good amount of it back. High punt, end over end. Comes on back, is fumbled. And I think Ponderosa got it back. Aaron DeMay with the fumble. And after the fumble occurred, he was plowed.
Well, DeMay took a huge hit on that one, and they are very, very fortunate that the Nevada Union player elected to hit him as opposed to go for the ball. And I really thought Nevada Union was going to come up on that one because it looked like there was nobody around other than 2 or 3 Nevada Union players. So fortunate for Ponderosa, but they get to start deep in their own territory.
Dave Humpers talked about the importance of special teams before tonight's kickoff, and he said he wants 2 big plays by Nevada Union. One that qualified was a play within the 20-yard line. Well, that one even capitalized it better. They're inside the 10. And he talked about, of course, a fumble recovery, almost qualified there. But now Ponderosa is going to start at a 1st and we'll call it 14.
And it was a great booming punt by Brogan Jantz as well. And looked like DeMay just sort of lost it. I mean, that was holding up there for a while, and I could imagine when you see a ball hanging for that long that team is coming up on you quickly, and you might want to look at the players coming at you before you catch the ball.
You know, Michael, I think Humphers thinks he has a juggernaut as a special teams this year. I think he's very demanding on his special teams, keyed on them, and now the Miners give the 5 yards back.
Mental mistakes after not jumping on the first one. And you don't want to give the yardage back to Ponderosa, whose rushing attack has seemed to do well here in the early going.
So we're going to call it a 1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. And here's another flag on the play.
Another flag.
Well, we've got a sea of yellow out there, it seems like, right now.
Dead ball foul. I think it's a warning against the Miners sideline.
And maybe they had gone past the player's box, or the player's box that they have to stay within, which goes from the 25-yard line to the 25-yard line.
Scar is out. We haven't seen him since the last series, the latter stages of it. Once he went out, the offense kind of stumbled, and you'd have to think, Michael, for him not to be back in at this stage of the first quarter, there's got to be a problem.
Yeah, and actually we can see him sitting over there at the end of the bench, and it does not look good for Ponderosa, whose offense was doing so well with him in it, and with they have number 3 in that quarterback. It has
Dias.
really stumbled. Yes, Dias. It's really stumbled for Ponderosa.
So Dias. And he is sacked.
And DJ Crouch came in unblocked, and that is what you want to call a linebacker's dream, is to come in on the blind side of a quarterback with nobody blocking him, getting a chance to run full speed, and he just lit Dias up.
6-yard loss on the play. That'll make it a 2nd and 16. And it will be interesting to see what the call selection is at this point.
Ponderosa backed up. It'd be very interesting to see what they're going to be able to run.
And the Miners off sides.
And that is actually the second time that Connor Clower has jumped off sides for the Miners. And you have a really good play that goes well for you, and then you give it right back to them. And for Ponderosa, smart play by them to go on to in order to gain some of that yardage back.
Inside the last minute of the first quarter, Miners leading 7-0. They have trapped Ponderosa deep back in their field. Second down and 11. Pitch, right side. Miners, good gang tackling. Take him down at about the 12-yard line. And that will bring up a third down and about 7.
That was a great play by Petnato, coming right down the line and being able to stop the run play. And it looked pretty good to start off for Ponderosa. It did gain a good yardage to sort of set them up with a shorter 3rd and long. But it'd be interesting if Diaz can come up with a play. As we said before, they've struggled passing.
And instead hands it off. That's going to be short of the first down, a minimal gain on the play, and that will do it for the first quarter. There's the gun signaling the end of the first quarter. We have played 1 here at Hooper Stadium. Nevada Union leads 7-0. Michael, big disappointment for Ponderosa here.
Well, as soon as you saw Scar go out, everything seems to have fallen apart for Ponderosa. Their offense was doing so well with him in the lineup, as they did last week with the rushing attack, and they completely looked lost, almost as if he was. It seems as if he was the leader for Ponderosa. Seems as if he was the leader for Ponderosa on the offensive side, and they have just been unable to do anything since he went out of the game. Ponderosa is going to have to dig deep. It's still a team. It's not based on one player, and they're going to need to put it together here if they even want to stand a chance against this high-powered Nevada Union offense.
However, it was obvious from the get-go that their bag of marbles was going to be one player. And when he limped off there at the halfway mark of the first quarter, you knew that Ponderosa would be more challenged.
Yes, and you just hope that the game isn't sunk along with him going out. And hopefully he's able to recover. I don't think we're going to see him back into tonight's game, but we'd like to hope that Ponderosa will be able to pull out of this funk.
And here's the punt, a line drive. Miners need to pick it up, and it is picked up by Niedermeyer. Niedermeyer comes on the right side. However, there is a block. There's going to be a block in the back and a penalty on the play against Nevada Union. Justin Fike with a block in the back, and that's exactly what Dave Humphers talked about in the pregame that the Miners needed to stay away from.
Yes, and you go from having pretty good field position, starting in Ponderosa's territory, to backed up maybe a little bit deeper in your own territory, definitely a lot deeper than what Nevada Union planned on. And with Ponderosa having a good series on defense on that last one, you'd like to think that hopefully they can come out again and control this Miner offense.
Well, here's the difference. It's about a 20-yard spread, because instead of being at the 48 of Ponderosa, they're at about the 34 of Nevada Union. But here we go offensively. Third series for Nevada Union. Sweep on the left side. A little bit of a gain for Nevada Union. Niedermeyer again on the carry.
And something for the Nevada Union running backs, as you can see, he actually got met on the line. Maybe he was only 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, but it's all about falling forward. And that's something that Nevada Union does extremely well with their running backs. When you run as hard as Coach Humphers wants you to do, you're going to find yourself falling forward for 2 or 3 more yards.
Drew Hoskin in the backfield right next to Jantz, man in motion, but Jantz is back to pass, throws over into the flat, and it looks like it is incomplete. And that'll bring up a third down and long for the Miners.
And that was great coverage right there by Joey DePalma. Jantz really had nowhere to go with the ball, and there was had a slight opening with Niederberger, but DePalma just came up and made a great play by knocking that down.
Early moments here of the second quarter from Hooper Stadium. Jim Adams, Michael Strong bringing you all of the action. Nevada Union's home opener of the season. Jan's back, throws, complete. Good gain, first down.
And Nevada Union, who went with the fly sweep a couple times already this game, they went with a fake fly, and another great route ran by Duncan Chappell, and Jan on the run was able to make a pretty good throw.
Chappell, an individual who they're going to go to a lot this season, and here's why.
They fake that fly sweep. Jant's on the run, which is very hard to do when you're throwing on the run, and that was a great catch by Chappell.
Back to live action. Niedermeyer with the carry. Gets a good gain on the play, about 9 yards, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and short.
I think this is exactly what you want to be doing if you're Nevada Union. Huge chunk of yardage each time they run the ball, and Ponderosa's a bit on their heels right now, trying to come up with an answer against this high-powered offense.
Beer Temple in, Hoskin in, Niedermeyer on the far right side. That's Beer Temple in motion. He takes the ball. Good gain. 1st down for Nevada Union, but a flag comes in. So Chris Bear Temple with a nice gain on the play, but we'll have to see who this is against. I would have to think it would be holding against Nevada Union.
And when you're getting your offense rolling, you just don't want to have a penalty that's going to set you back, and that's exactly what happened. You go from 2nd and short to 2nd and long due to a holding penalty.
And to illustrate that, they go from 2nd and 1 after gaining a 1st down on the second down play to 2nd down and 11 now. They move out of Ponderosa territory and back into NU territory. NU with the ball at the 49-yard line. 1st man through, nice gain. Moves towards the 1st down.
And the offensive line opened up a huge hole there for Slade to run right through. This Nevada Union offense has gotten a great push up front against Ponderosa, and now it sets them up with a decent 3rd and short.
Jake Long limps off the field. 3rd down and about 4 for the Miners. Jantz hands it to the 1st man through. Comes close to the 1st down, but will be short by about a yard. And again, that is Jason Slade on the carry.
And Slade coming in here, picking up a few carries, helping out this Nevada Union offense. And this is going to make it interesting. The way Coach Humphreys is, he definitely likes to gamble a little bit. And I think you're going to see him go for it on 4th down.
So Slade comes in and picks up some good yardage. The senior running back. He comes out on the play as Niederberger steps in. And so a big play. Handoff, right side, 1st down Niederberger. Breaks to the outside. Big gain, the 20, the 10, and cut down at about the 4.
And Niederberger made a great cut to the outside, and there was wide open space. Wide open space from there. He read the play, saw that there was nothing if he cut it into the middle, bounced it outside, made a great run, and Ponderosa just couldn't keep up with that speed that Niederberger had on the outside.
And Slade comes back in on the play as Niederberger steps out after that big gain. So 1st and goal, ball is at the 6-yard line, handoff up the middle, good gain, touchdown Miners!
And Slade gave a great fake there and even got tackled, and it ended up being Drew Hoskins who had the ball, and Ponderosa was just lost on if they gave it to Slade, did he not, and it ended up being Drew Hoskins had the ball and had a great run for a touchdown.
So Hoskin with the touchdown. Nevada Union lengthens their lead to 13-0. A little bit of confusion here on the point after. Brock Krause comes on in. Maloney back again for the extra point. The Miners touting this year one of the best kickers in the section, and the ball is up. It is strong. It is good. So look at the scoreboard with 8 minutes and 40 seconds left. In the 2nd quarter, the Miners lead 14-0. And let's take a look at Niederberger's run, Michael.
As you can see, he's going to get the ball here. Looks like it's just a cross block. Going to go out the middle, sees nope, nothing there. I'm going to cut it back to the outside. And there, again, just nobody there. And Niederberger, with that speed that he has, Ponderosa just couldn't get to the outside in time, had to take longer angles in order to track him down, and just were not able to get anything going.
And if you look at going down there to lead the blocking was Brogan Jantz.
Yeah, Brogan Jantz definitely trying to get out in front, but even that, Niederberger was able to still stay out in front of his quarterback.
So for the Miners, a good series. They lengthen their lead to 14-0. And 2 impressive drives for the Miners. And with Scars out, Ponderosa trying to find a way for their offense to click.
And Ponderosa's sales just have simply completely gone flat right now. They just don't have any momentum, no answer for anything that Nevada Union's doing.
Let's see what they come back offensively in this series.
Ponderosa needs a great kickoff return right here if Maloney will give him one.
High and again deep, and that again will go deep into the end zone for another touchback.
Maloney again just showing off that the strength in his leg that he has, allowing Ponderosa no chance to give any sort of return. And they're going to have to start deep in their own territory again. And
let's take a look at that last touchdown, Michael.
Well, as you can see, it's going to be that fake Slade, and Drew Hoskins comes around on a trap. And you saw 2, 3 maybe Ponderosa players tackle Slade. Just confusion all around for Ponderosa's defense.
Dias in at quarterback still for the Bruins. Man in motion. Handoff on the left side. Nice game. That offensive line working hard.
And that offensive line is going to have to do extremely well for Ponderosa in order to get any sort of offensive momentum going. If Ponderosa can just pick up a few first downs here and there, get some confidence going, they might be able to string out a nice long drive and get into the end zone.
So 2nd down and 5. Man in motion, handoff, coming to this left side. Miners gang tackle, short of the first down. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 2.
Key play for Ponderosa as they come into this 3rd down. You have 3rd and short. You really want to make this 1st down. Keep that defense out there a little bit longer, because as we saw, Ponderosa's defense has slowed down a little bit, looking a little bit more tired, and if they have to come out after 3 and out by their offense, it's really going to hurt them.
Lindell Scar still over on the bench. Doctors on each side of him. Looks like he may be done for the evening. So 3rd and short. I don't think they got it, Michael.
I don't think so either. It looked like the defensive line and the linebacking core really came up and were able to plant the running back.
However, the line judge gave them enough progress for a 1st down. So 1st and 10 for the Bruins at the 31-yard line.
And for Ponderosa, a huge pickup for a 1st down. Again, allowing the defense to rest a little bit. Let's hopefully they have some confidence as they move through this next set of downs.
Fake handoff, but the Miners are waiting for it, and buried for a loss in the backfield are the Bruins.
And Ponderosa tried to run a little bit of trickery as Nevada Union does with their fakes, and nobody on Nevada Union's side were buying it at all.
2-yard loss on that play. Let's take a look at it.
As you can see,
Connor Bittenoff on the carry.
Yeah, and Connor Clower was the first one in on the tackle, making sure that that runner was going nowhere.
So 2nd and 12. Not much of a passing attack here. And again, some excellent tackling by Nevada Union will make it a 3rd down and 10 for Ponderosa.
A long 3rd down. We'll see if Ponderosa is going to break out that passing attack a little bit, but it's been non-existent throughout the 1st half here as they've stuck strictly to the run, and being down 14-0. We're going to see if they're going to be able to put a couple of pass plays together, get a few 1st downs, but This is a big 3rd and long for them, and Nevada Union, their offense is just waiting to get another shot.
So Dias in a big sequence here. 3rd down and 10. Trailing 14-0. Here's a pitch to the right side. Not much there. Gets maybe to the 35. That'll bring 4th down and a solid 7 on the play.
And Chad Knight coming from the defensive tackle spot, running straight down the line and put in a good lick on the running back. And Nevada Union is going to be able to force them to punt, and something that Ponderosa does not want to see right now.
Beer Temple, Niederberger back for the Miners.
And I think this could be potentially a huge, huge punt return for Nevada Union.
A line drive over the head, though, and it will go clear into the end zone for a touchback. So a 68-yard punt for Ponderosa.
Well, it looked like a bit of a line drive punt, and it was a bit knuckling, and Bear Temple just wasn't able to get underneath it in time, and that took a huge bounce for Ponderosa. And having Nevada Union start at their 20 is going to help them tremendously throughout this next series. You'd like to see them be able to stop this high-powered offense that Nevada Union has showed throughout the night.
Timeout by Ponderosa, 4:47 to go in the second quarter. Miners leading 14-0. Welcome to the NorCal Gain of the Week. So glad you could join us tonight. Jim Adams with Michael Strong saying thanks for being here with us and seeing this first game of the 2009 season for Nevada Union. Tremendous amount of promise for the Miners coming into this season. Great expectations after a great week of practice.
Yes, Nevada Union has come out, done exactly what they want to do as far as the offensive side. We've seen them put together 2 very good drives that have resulted in touchdowns. On the defensive side, we've seen them force a turnover, and since Scar has gone out, you've got a chance to see how Ponderosa's offense has gone extremely vanilla with a junior quarterback.
So Nevada Union in the driver's seat here. I'm sure that they'd like to pick up one more touchdown before they go into the halftime. Jason Slade has checked back in for Nevada Union. Dave Humphers went out to talk to his offense. And so the Miners start up 80 yards from the end zone. Handoff right side, Slade again. Nice gain on the play. Slade being used a lot offensively right now. And for the Miners, that'll bring up a 2nd down and 5. So the Miners here, 2nd down and 6, we're going to call it. Let's see what Jans comes out with. Up the middle again. Nice gain. 1st down, Nevada Union.
And I think, am I live? Am I on? Is my mic working? Gil.
And so Nevada Union, Gil pot us out.
I don't think I'm on.
And so in comes Niederberger on the play. And Slade comes out. First down and 10. Back to pass now. Looks over the middle. He's going to have to run. A lot of room to run. Gets to the 35 and falls down at about the 39. 1 yard short of a 1st down. So a nice 9-yard gain on the play by Brogan Jans.
And great recognition by Jans to see that there was nobody open, pull the ball down and scramble a little bit and make a play happen. And Brogan Jans, being as fast as he is, was able to speed up and get a good 9-yard gain.
So that'll make it 2nd down and 1. Jans in shotgun, has motion. Right side, big gain on the play by Chris Beer Temple, but he fumbles on the play. And I think maybe the Miners got it back.
A good solid run by Beer Temple. A little bit of a sweep to the outside, it looked like. And you could really see his speed as he got around the corner and pushed it straight upfield for a 1st down.
Miners right at midfield. 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. with a 14-point lead.
And Nevada Union is going to approach a little bit more of that 2-minute drill offense.
Okay, Jan's on the left side here. This will be a direct snap. Excuse me, I was mistaken. Throws it over the side there. Duncan Chappell was on the near side.
And a nice little 5-yard out by Chappell, and Jans hits him perfectly on the run. He's able to turn it up for a few more yards and get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Miners are going to give us a lot of looks this year, and that's why I was a little bit confused. One of them is the direct snap at which Jans comes over here on the left side. Second and short. Handoff to the second man through. This is Chris Beertemple, and he takes it down to the 31-yard line of Ponderosa. Another first down for the Miners.
And Nevada Union is just opening up this offense, and the holes are extremely huge for the running backs to run through. Ponderosa just has no answer whatsoever. They are being pushed around like it's nothing, just completely lost on defense.
Inside 2 minutes to go. Jans flips it out to the right side to Drew Hoskin, and Hoskin with a short gain on the play.
And Jant had to get rid of that ball fast because that defender was closing in on him rather quickly. And even though it was only for a couple yards, it could have been they could have lost quite a few yardage on that one.
And that was an option there where he really could go either way. Of course, he chose the pass because that was going to get him the yardage on the play, but that'll bring it a 2nd down and 6. Handoff left side, taken down hard on the play.
And we're seeing a lot of
Ponderosa.
We're seeing a lot of different formations by Nevada Union. We've seen Jans in the shotgun formation running a little bit of the wildcat. We've seen Drew Hoskins take a few snaps here and there, and now we're seeing them under center. So plenty of different looks Nevada Union is showing to Ponderosa.
And so Emmons with a really good tackle there for the Miners, a big 3rd down and about 4. They decided they're going to take timeout with 1:29 to go here in the first half. They're going to take a timeout and talk about this. Michael, big play for them. They'd like to go up 21-0 at half.
Yes, it would definitely catapult them into the second half with tremendous momentum over Ponderosa, and this could actually really be the nail in the coffin early in the first half, or late here in the first half. Ponderosa is going to have to try to stay strong. But also the good thing for Nevada Union is if they even pick up a few more yards and have to attempt a field goal, they have Maloney in their back pocket.
You know, and you and I talked about it prior to tonight's contest. We said Miners have to get out to a quick start, and I would have to say, even though it might be at halftime, 21-0 would be a pretty quick start.
That would be, and they've completely have dominated this first half. And again, Ponderosa with no answers on the offensive side or the defensive side. Nevada Union is just going to look to pour it on right now.
3rd down and 4. Back to pass. Looking over into the flat. Gets it, and it's complete to Niederberger. Very close to the first down. I think he got it. And yes, he did.
And that was a nice little pass play just to get the first down. And Nevada Union with 1:23 here. You're seeing them move the ball, whether it be passing or rushing, and doing rather well at it.
Hurry up offense. Deep now inside Bruin territory. Nice draw up the middle. Good gain. Nice yardage. Close to a first down.
And Beertumfel just moving those feet. Seemed like he was going to run into a wall for a second, but just powered right through, ran right off his blocker, and able to pick up a good 9-yard gain. And Nevada Union still not slowing down at all as they continue this drive.
2nd down and 1. This time he's back to pass. Throws for the end zone. Touchdown, Miners!
And just a tremendous catch by Duncan Chappell. Had a guy hanging on him, and Brogan Jantz puts a great ball in the air for him to catch. Just perfect throw, perfect catch. Nevada Union full momentum as they go up 20-0, and Ponderosa has got to regroup at halftime and come out blazing in the second half if they want to even be in this game by the 3rd quarter.
Spotted, kicked, good. So we'll look at the scoreboard with 48 seconds to go in the first half. Nevada Union lengthens their lead to 21-0. And let's take a look at that nice pass play, Michael.
As you can see, they give a nice little play action fake. Brogan Jantz rolls to the left, puts a good ball, sets up and throws. And you can see just Chappell, with somebody hanging on him, is able to haul that ball in for a touchdown. And Nevada Union is seeing themselves up 21-0 here late in the first half.
You know, a good varied offense. Niederberger is used a lot. Beer Temple is used a lot. Slade gets on in. Hoskin is used a lot. Then he throws it to Chappell for a touchdown.
And it's a stable of running backs when you talk about Nevada Union's offense. They could throw 4, 5, 6 guys at you. And unlike Ponderosa, who one of their players gets hurt, Nevada Union could probably have a couple of their running backs get hurt, and they can plug people in and continue the ball rolling.
Well, just for instance, Jason Slade was out with the flu this week, came back tonight, ready to roll, and he has had an impressive game. So, but there's still 48 seconds to contend with here in the first half. See if Maloney can again put it in the end zone. High, deep for a touchback. So that one was even deeper than the last one. He's kicking that ball about 68 yards in the air.
And he looks very amped up right now. Has a lot of confidence, a lot of momentum for Nevada Union as their defense takes the field. And for Ponderosa, you're probably thinking, let's just run it a couple times, get out of this first half while we can, regroup, come out in the second half with a little bit better game plan.
Little super freak here as we go towards the final moments on the PA system. And Dias brings his Bruins up offensively. Handoff, not much there. Great gang tackling by Nevada Union. And Nevada Union takes a timeout.
Well, they're definitely going to look to get that ball back. As we talked about with special teams and how much they work on them, I think if they're able to force them to punt, they could set up a good return and bring it back over into Ponderosa's territory to either set up a field goal or another long pass.
However, Michael, Nevada Union with 2 timeouts left, I believe, and you've got a second down, so they would have an opportunity to force a punt again if they could hold them.
Yes, and what we saw early in the game with Ponderosa with Scar in there, we saw a wildcat formation, giving a lot of fakes, and now they've gone to an offense where quarterback's under center, I formation, just a very plain look, and I think Nevada Union is just simply easy to read it a lot better as before with the wildcat giving some fakes here and there and running it was throwing them off early.
So second down and about 7. Dias under center. Man in motion takes the ball, but he is run into by Eric Niederberger and is flattened, and Nevada Union takes their second timeout.
Well, he decided to take on Niederberger. Niederberger said, I don't think so. This is Nevada Union. You're not going to run over me.
He not only hit him, he drove him backwards. It was worse than hitting a brick wall. Let's watch.
And look, just unblocked, and he decided to take him on, and Niederberger said, nope, I don't think so. We're going to stop this right here.
And so that'll be a 1-yard loss on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 8. So obviously, Michael, the Miners looking for one more special teams chance here in the first half.
Yes, and anytime you can put up more points, or you have a chance, an opportunity to put up more points, you need to take full advantage of that. And that's what Nevada Union's doing right now. They still have a timeout left. Plenty of time as well. Ponderosa hopefully could pick up a first down here, otherwise they're looking at a punt and giving Nevada Union 30 seconds or so left in the half.
So 3rd down and long. Handoff over the left side, but short of the first down. Doesn't even make it to the 25. Clock continues to run. Miners must be out of timeouts.
Stopped by the Miners, number 20.
We thought they had one more timeout.
Number 59, Chad Knight, 4th down.
So that should be the end of the first half. So Nevada Union, with a very strong first half, leads 21-0. And for Ponderosa, once Scar left, they didn't have much offensively. And we take a look, Gil, maybe you can get it on the far side of the field. You see their offense, Scar, very slowly limping off. He's about at the 45-yard line of Ponderosa over there.
It looks like he's dealing with either a knee or an ankle injury, and that is too bad for Ponderosa because the heart of their offense is walking off the field right now.
Yes, and with him, they are a force. Without him, they have had great difficulty.
Yes, that's exactly what was shown in that first half, and just unfortunate for Ponderosa that their star player, their best player, is unable to continue this game.
Well, when you have all of your eggs in one basket, you really run that great risk. And although the Miners don't have all of their eggs in one basket, you can imagine what it would be like, for example, if Brogan Jans went down.
Yes, definitely.
It would
definitely.
It would provide some difficulty for even that high octane offense.
Well, they have built their offense around Scar, and it has clearly showed that they built their offense around Scar because the complete game plan has changed. We saw
50-yard line is some halftime
completely different.
And so for Nevada Union, we've got an exciting second half on tap. We'd like to pause for a moment to remind you that this NorCal Game of the Week is being underwritten by Hanson Brothers Enterprises. Hanson Brothers knows the requirement for a beautiful home. It all begins with a good foundation. Hanson Brothers specializes in site preparation and the placement of underground utilities and septic systems. Then you add drainage, driveway paving, concrete work, and finally finish it off with topsoils and garden enhancements, all from Hanson Brothers Colfax. It's all at Hanson Brothers Construction, HB Rentals, and Hanson Brothers Colfax, where no project is too small.
And Mike Bratton, State Farm Insurance and Financial Services. Mike Bratton knows a winning team when he sees one, and that is why he supports Nevada Union minor football. Mike has assembled a winning team in the insurance industry, and they are your friends and neighbors right here in Nevada County who really care about your family's insurance needs and work hard to exceed your expectations every day. That's why Mike Bratton and State Farm Insurance are like a good neighbor by your side.
Plaza Tire and Auto Service. The Hauser family says that if it's round rubber and it rolls, you'll find it at Plaza Tire. From regular car and truck tires to small specialty tires for your trailer or golf cart, you can trust Plaza Tire will have the tire for you. They stake their reputation on it every day. Plaza Tire has you covered with 3 locations, the original in Nevada City, Plaza Tire in Penn Valley, and the newest Plaza Tire in Colfax. Plaza Tire and Auto Service, auto repair done on your schedule, not theirs. And we are celebrating our 13th season of local sports television for the Foothills. This is Touchdown Productions. I'm Jim Adams along with Michael Strong, Gil Dominguez, and the entire sports productions team saying thanks for joining us today. Be sure to stay with us after the game when we announce the Bill Slade and Sons Trucking Player of the Game Award, presented by Bill Slade and Sons Trucking and produced by Award Innovations of Grass Valley. We'll select the most deserving NU Miner and honor him with a wonderful Game of the Week plaque. So stay tuned for the Bill Slade and Sons Trucking Player of the Game Award. And here are our cheerleaders. Miners lead at halftime 14-0. We'd like to remind you that you're watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union Miners football on the Touchdown Productions television network.
Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum welcome you to their Grass Valley location. Using OptiMap technology, Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum offer complete eye examinations and can treat any eye condition. They then fill your prescription and grind your lenses in-house, offering a wide selection of frames and contacts. Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum, protecting your most precious gift of sight. 360 Sierra College Drive, Grass Valley. Personal trainer Michael Strong has a new way for you to be healthy. It's GetFitRight.net, the personal trainer that comes to you. Speed, strength, agility, and stamina can all be increased with regular workouts, and Michael Strong tailors each one to you. So be healthy with the help of Michael Strong and
GetFitRight.net! Woo!
in Grass Valley.
Walker's Office Supplies. Mike Anderson and his family at Walker's Office Supplies specialize in ways to make your business and home become more efficient. They carry thousands of products, from printering to pencils. You can shop in the store, order over the phone, or on the net at walkersgv.com, and they'll deliver it usually in just one day. Walker's Office Supplies, 535 Main Street in Grass Valley.
Your car or truck is an extension of your personality. Chuck Cavros knows this, so Top This delivers truck and auto attitude every day with in-store displays featuring thousands of products from WeatherGuard, DZ, bracket truck racks, along with a large selection of aftermarket performance products, all from the top manufacturers. So give your car or truck the attitude it deserves at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories.
The Painter family has been taking care of feeding Nevada County families since 1959, and in October will celebrate 50 years of service to you. At both locations of SPD, you'll always find USDA choice beef and a full-service meat department, a complete deli section, produce department, post office, and everything else that makes SPD so special. SPD Markets, hometown proud, where your neighbors shop.
Purchasing a used car is better for the environment than buying a new one. That's right, the energy it takes to create a new automobile versus one already built is substantial. So when you choose a used vehicle from Keith Kerwin and Todd Slover, you're helping the environment by consuming less energy. At Pioneer Motors, every car is hand-picked, Carfax checked, inspected, and detailed. Pioneer Motors, 1611 Main Street in Grass Valley.
So here we are back live at Hooper Stadium. Miners leading at halftime 21-0, and let's talk about the pluses and minuses, Michael, of that first half for Nevada Union. Tell me what the minus is.
I definitely like the way Nevada Union's offense has played. 3 out of 4 drives, they scored a touchdown, which is tremendous. And you couldn't ask for any more from your offense. On the defensive side, they've really shut down the run for Ponderosa. Ponderosa, who started off strong, has been completely annihilated throughout all aspects of this game so far. You'd like to see them come out in the second half with a little bit more fire. I mean, even though you're down 21-0 against a very good Nevada Union football team, you'd like to come out, put a couple drives together, and at least get some momentum going into next week if you're not going to be able to come back in this game. On the Nevada Union side, they need to stay strong. They don't want to let Ponderosa back into this game. They've worked so well to go up 21-0. You really want to finish this game off, and that's what football is all about, is who's going to finish. Great teams are able to finish and put a team away early, and I think that's what Nevada Union is going to look to do in the second half.
Well, you got to think that Dave Humphreys is in the locker room here at halftime saying your job is not done. You are only at halftime. You've still got a lot of work to do. Don't look at it as a 21-0 lead. And, you know, I'm sure that this second half they're going to try to make as big a statement. Let's go down on the field now, and Gil Dominguez. Gil, take it away.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Beautiful night down here at the Foothills. Alongside me is Kevin Brown from the NFL Players, and they're going to be talking about their golf tournament. We're also looking for Mike Mallory, the current president of the NFL, not NFL, they should be NFL, the Nevada Union Minor Booster Club. And we're going to catch up with all the events, of course, that are coming up with the boosters here, including, if you haven't been to the stadium recently, they are erecting a nice big plaque area where they're going to be putting up the names of all the people that helped them with the field here, and, of course, making Hooper Stadium one of the most beautiful places in Northern California to watch football. And, Kevin, you've seen a lot of football. This stadium certainly has to rank in the top 5.
No doubt about it. I think this is the best high school program and best facilities definitely in Northern California.
Well, I always tell the guys that when you go to other high schools, it's like high school ball. When you come here, it's like doing college or something.
Actually, you're exactly right. When I first got here, this reminded me of being at the University of Idaho. This is a first-rate program with first-rate coaches, first-rate fans. So you definitely feel like you're in a first-rate place.
Now, I got an email from you a couple of weeks ago talking about another event. Of course, so many events up here in the Foothills, and we like to bring you information on all of them so you can get involved and, of course, help out all these different programs. But this particular one is very near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, absolutely it is. I'm the president of the NFL Retired Players of Northern California, and we are doing a charity celebrity golf tournament September 19th in Squaw Valley for the George Mark Children's House. It's a children's hospice, and it's a very special place. It's the only children's hospice we have here in the United States of America, and they wanted to team up with NFL Retired Players to raise some monies as they are fighting to keep their doors open.
Well, children's hospice, I mean, that's got to be a sad situation just right there all by itself.
Yeah, it really is. It caught me the first time I went over to the facilities and saw the kids and whatnot, and I was caught right there. I felt like I had to do anything I could to help them keep their doors open.
So tell everybody how can they get involved in this project. Give us the who, what, when, where, why.
Okay. Yeah, you can get involved by actually coming to the golf tournament. We're looking for more golfers. It's only $250 per person. You get to play with NFL celebrity. It's going to be, like I said, down in Squaw Valley at the resort at Squaw Creek next Saturday, September 19th. 9 o'clock shotgun.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. And, of course, Marty Mortensen, if you're listening out there, this is kind of right up his alley, don't you think, Jimmy?
Do you really think that he wants Marty there? Marty would probably be complaining most of the day.
No, I don't think Marty will be complaining. Marty actually won the very first Bear River golf tournament a couple of years ago.
Oh, is that right? Well, Marty, you got to get out here and get your foursome together.
Marty's grumpy enough to win it, Gil.
He might be grumpy enough to win it, though. That's what Jimmy says.
Oh, my. It sounds like a ringer. Yeah, that'd be great to have you out, though, Marty.
So it's a great cause, and, of course, play with some retired NFL players. And, it's nice for them to come out and give back, after their playing days are over. Yeah. And what are some of the players that might show up that day?
Some of the players that might show up, we have Fred Bolitnikoff, Mike Merriweather. Let's see, we have Mervin Fernandez, Daryl Pollard, Ted Popson, Adrian Ross, Gio Carmazzi, Justin Swift, Honor Jackson, Larry Bates. There's going to be about 15 to 20 NFL players out there.
That would be fun to hang around with Bolitnikoff for the afternoon.
Yeah, he seems like I'm looking forward to that. He seems like the coolest guy. He really does. And plus, we played the same position, so I'm sure we have in common.
Right, I'm sure you would. Okay, so that's the golf tournament. Now, is this going to be an annual event or is
annual event in Squaw Valley, mid-September? This year, September 19th.
All right, and you'll come back and tell us how it all shook down. Maybe bring us some video back and we can put it on.
Absolutely, it'll be.
All right, Kevin Brown there joining us about his event coming up here for the NFL Retired Players Association. Guys, Miners off to a great start here, 21-0, opening game at Hooper Stadium. Beautiful summer evening. You can't beat that.
No, fantastic. Excited about the team this year. I think they can go all the way. I think the defense is probably going to be the best in the state. and so they're not going to give up too many points. So I'm looking for a huge season out of these guys.
Mr. Brown, talking Miners. Guys, back up to you.
So, Michael, always fun to talk a little trash about Marty. You know, Marty's worked with me for many years. Great guy. We have had some wonderful times together. But, Michael, welcome to the broadcast booth here. We've seen so far you're a very good luck charm for Nevada Union.
I'm definitely very excited to be here. Nothing like coming back to where you played and seeing a lot of familiar names as well. A couple of these kids on this team, I actually played with their older brothers, and even from last year's team, we saw quite a few names that had already come through the program as well. So it's exciting to be here, to see Coach Humphers and even talk to him a little bit as well. It's very exciting.
You know, and kind of to voice that text, Beer Temple comes up before the game and says, Michael, great to see you, you know, and knowing this offense as well as you do, that should be a really good benefit as far as this year is concerned. So we're looking forward to some big things, and the season has definitely gotten off to a very exciting start for the Miners. 21 points here in the first half, and they will take the ball to start the second.
Yes, that's something that's kind of scary for Ponderosa, knowing that Nevada Union is going to get the ball to start off. And Nevada Union, if they can put up a quick 7 points on Ponderosa, I think you can pretty much wrap this game up with the way their offense has been rolling. We've seen the stable of running backs that they've put through, 5-6 guys who are running the ball. And when you have fresh legs like that against a tired defense, there's not much that Ponderosa is going to have an answer for.
You know, and you have to think of when the Miners, from a special teams point of view, are really going to get it together, because they're definitely going to be great in that area too. And here we are, ready to experience a kickoff in the second half.
Yes, it's going to be very exciting, something that we haven't had a chance to really see all season. Last week during the scrimmage, both kickers were putting the ball in the end zone, so it'd be interesting to see if Nevada Union is going to be able to put together a return, which is always a strength for Nevada Union, as we've seen through the years, especially last year with Cole Stanford running quite a few kicks back. So I'm excited to see Nevada Union in their kick return to start the second half.
And when you think about it for a little bit, Connor Maloney, in the 3 kicks that he's had in the first half, I mean, none of them have been even close to being able to be returned.
No, and that's a great tool to use when you don't have to necessarily worry about a kick return from the opposite team. And, you know, a little brief history on it, we saw in the 2004 section championship game with Nevada Union Miners how St. Mary's ran back 2 kickoffs. So anytime you're able to put away a kickoff return team by just kicking it in the end zone, it's a great, tremendous advantage for your team.
I said 3 kicks into the end zone. It was actually 4 for Maloney in the first half, and you know, none of them were even close, Michael.
No, not at all. I mean, he is kicking with some force tonight. These are 5-6 yards deep into the end zone. The returners don't even have a chance to return it. They're just looking at the ball and watching it go right over.
Maloney was good last season, and he has come back with a much improved game. Quite frankly, I'm kind of looking forward to his first field goal attempt.
Oh, definitely, and you can tell he's got tremendous confidence. He's got a year under his belt. He's already kicked in big games, so it'd be interesting to see how well he'll do going along throughout this season. On if these field goals are definitely, they should improve from last year with the confidence that he's built up.
And with a leg like that, who knows, you know, he could hit a 50-yarder because he's kicking the ball 68 yards into the end zone.
I would say so. It'd be interesting to see him put a couple field goals through from that 30 to 40-yard range would be nice.
And so the captains come out to start the second half, and the Miners will receive to start the second half. And how deep will Dave go before he starts doing some substitutions?
Well, I'm going to say he's going to get into it rather early. I would say Nevada Union's going to come out here, continue to roll, and Ponderosa won't have much of an answer, and I think you might see him about midway through the third quarter if things go well for Nevada Union. But you never know. Hopefully Ponderosa can put something together here in the second half and make this a game for Nevada Union.
Well, you know, Michael, one of the things that you mentioned is that these first, we'll call it series of the second half are really crucial, because if Nevada Union goes down and scores and makes it 28-0, you know, at what point do we see Ponderosa pretty much wilt and the game is over?
I would say if Nevada Union puts up a score and goes up 28-0, Ponderosa's offense does not have enough firepower to even come back, I don't think.
Well, as we saw in the first half, Drew Hoskin is deep, but this time he has back there with him Duncan Chappell.
Looks like we're starting off with a penalty here.
And I guess maybe the Miners were not on the field in time, so...
That kick return that we were looking forward to seeing, I don't think we're going to see it now.
No, I don't think so either. We'll have to see what the Bruins come with here. Do they try to open up the second half with a recovery based on their field position from which they're kicking? No, it's high and deep, and it's into the end zone, so the Miners will start at the 20.
So fortunate, I think, for Ponderosa, they can have Nevada Union back up to their 20-yard line, and we'll see how well this Nevada Union team is going to come out in the second half. If they're going to still have that same fire that they played with in that first half, or are they going to come out maybe a little less pumped up because they're up 21-0, or are they just going to continue to roll?
Well, you'd have to think the Miners are going to try to keep the ball on the ground, highly successful with that in the first half, and so let's see what Jan starts out with. 1st and 10. Handoff, right side, Beer Temple, and some heavy gang tackling coming out of the blocks.
And that's the play that
the Bruins.
That's the play that we've seen quite often from Nevada Union, and we saw it a lot in the first half. And maybe it looked like Ponderosa has made their adjustments at halftime and are going to be able to slow that rushing attack down.
2-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 8. Early moments of the second half here from Hooper Stadium. Miners leading 21-0. Back to pass, right flat, ball up in the air and incomplete.
And I think we are seeing Ponderosa coming out here early in the second half, a little bit more fight in them, and that's going to carry them a long way, especially when if they can be able to force Nevada Union into a 3-and-out, get the ball back, and maybe put together an offensive drive.
Exactly, maybe a momentum turner for them. So a big play here, 3rd and long for the Miners to start off the second half. Back to pass. Throws over the middle, long pass, he's there, and complete. Past midfield, down into Ponderosa territory. 1st down for Chris Beer Temple.
And it looked like Beer Temple was just matched up on a linebacker and just was able to get great separation, and Brogan was able to put in a great ball right into Beer Temple.
But a flag on the play, and let's see what this is. At the 36-yard line, pass interference against Nevada Union, they're calling. And they're signaling that it'll go back, so a huge play will be negated, and the Miners will be penalized halfway to the between them and the goal line, so about a 50-yard swing on that particular play.
Just an unfortunate turn of events right there for Nevada Union. You make a great play, and it's just neglected by a penalty. So,
and that's loss of down, so the Miners will kick here on 4th down.
Just a huge swing, and works out rather nicely for Ponderosa, who was looking at a first and 10 in their territory, and all of a sudden now they're getting the ball back and could have relatively great field position.
Gets the kick away, not an especially good one. Comes down, takes a Nevada Union roll, but goes out of bounds at the 42 of Nevada Union. So, Michael, exactly what we talked about. This is what the Bruins need to start off the second half.
Yes, and Brogan ended up shanking that one off the side of his foot, so they get the ball in great field advantage for Ponderosa as they look to put in a good drive into Nevada Union's territory. Maybe not having to go as far will help them open up their offense a little bit more.
Ponderosa coming out, 1st and 10. Will Dias to lead the offense. Handoff, second man through, Jordan Harder. And Harder is gang tackled after a short gain.
And what we saw from Ponderosa early in that first quarter is their offensive line were getting a great push, and all of a sudden there's just nothing up front. Nevada Union is giving nothing to them whatsoever. They're having to fight for every single yard.
2nd down and 7 for the Bruins. Early moments of the second half from Hooper Stadium. Miners leading 21-0, but one of the best opportunities of the evening here for Ponderosa. Second man through again, and that's also Harder. He gets a nice gain on the play, taking it to about the 35-yard line of Nevada Union.
And he had a great lead block on that one. They're able to pick up some yardage and a crucial 3rd down for Ponderosa. They need to convert. The 3rd down conversions are so huge in a game, and especially when you're looking down at a 21-0 score. Every 3rd down conversion that you get can keep that defense and that offense especially off the field for Nevada Union.
Be interesting to see if this is 2-down territory. Hands off, taken down in the backfield. We're going to find out really quickly as Harder again is taken down for a short loss this time, about a half a yard, and that's going to bring 4th down and 5 yards.
Just a tremendous push up front by Nevada Union, able to sneak right in and blow up the play. As you can see here, it looked like we had number 52, Connor Clower, just came straight in and blew up the play, and Ponderosa having to struggle going for it on 4th down.
So here it is, big play for the Bruins, 4th down and 4. This will be a pass, back, no pressure, is going to try to run for it, but isn't going to make it.
And we talked about Ponderosa and the lack of passing game, and it just completely showed as both receivers were covered up. Quarterback had nowhere to go, and Petnato coming up and making a great tackle. And now Nevada Union is going to look to put up some more points here in the early second half.
Helped out by Juan Espinoza on the play, so the Miners will take over, having decent field position at their own 37-yard line. 9:01 to go in the 3rd quarter. And so Jans goes back into the shotgun. Man in motion is Hoskin, but back to pass, looking downfield. Throws it away out of bounds, and that will bring up a 2nd down and 10.
And he had Chappell open on that one, but Brogan being left-handed, rolling to the right, very hard to throw across your body like that. And unfortunately just sailed a little high on him.
So has Ponderosa come out with a different defensive scheme that's been more successful here in the second half?
I would say so. They look good on that first series, and to start the second series, they're able to put a stop on that first play, but we'll see how it goes in the next couple plays.
Second man through is Hoskin. Big game on the play. Gets 1st down, breaks open. 50, 45, 40. Taken out of bounds at the 35.
And that was the identical play that Hoskins had scored on earlier, sending that first back through almost like a trap coming around, and it was just a wide open hole. And Ponderosa, I don't think they've been able to figure out that play yet, only seeing it once so far tonight. And Hoskins just able to cut it back to the left side for a great run.
So a huge play, more importantly, no penalty. So Nevada Union goes deep into Ponderosa territory. And here's Brogan Jans calling his own number. Gets downfield, tackled out of bounds. That'll be another 15 yards on top of it. So he gets to the 20, about the 25-yard line, and they'll take it halfway to the goal. And the Miners are really rolling here with 8:27 to go in the 3rd quarter. And let's take a look at that big gain by Hoskin.
Yeah, just a simple trap to the right. And you could tell right there Ponderosa biting on the first back through, and Hoskins just able to cut it back, and there was nobody there until later in the play. Just a great run by Drew.
You know, and they've had a couple of huge gains like that have been negated by penalties. So important that they're able to roll off these big plays without being penalized.
Yes, and as we saw in that last play, Brogan Jans given a good fake and being able to just roll to the left, and a penalty by Ponderosa going to help Nevada Union out tremendously.
Miners moved down to the 15, where it will be a 1st and 10.
And hopefully Ponderosa here in the red zone can come up with a stop.
And a penalty flag is thrown. I imagine it will be a motion penalty against the Miners. No, it's against Ponderosa. Dead ball foul, offsides. So that'll take it to the 10. It'll be a 1st and 5. Chappell checks in for Nevada Union.
And Ponderosa just shooting themselves in the foot right now with these penalties, just unnecessary penalties.
Slade to the left of Jans, but instead it's given to Hoskin, and he's going to have a nice hole. Gets inside the 5 and goes down at about the 3, where it will be 1st and goal for Nevada Union.
And Drew made a great cutback on that one, as there was actually somebody in the backfield being able to stop it, but cuts it back rather quickly, straight up field, and was able to pick up a good 5 yards or so. And Nevada Union rolling again, just looking unstoppable, and it just seems to be that Ponderosa is running out of gas and rather quickly.
Just about the time that we said Ponderosa was figuring it out, it got worse quickly. And a draw up the middle, but not much of a gain on the play. Chris Beer-Temple on the carry, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal, and about a 1-yard gain to the 3.
And I think you're going to see Nevada Union go double tight right here, going more of their goal line formation to pound it in.
Under center on this one, handoff left side, gets close, but that'll be 3rd down.
And Ponderosa's showing a little life here with 2 stops in a row, and looking to make this 3rd one, as they're going to send in their 2 bigger guys here to plug that middle.
And let's take a look here. There was a fumble on that play, and Nevada Union came up with it.
They got rather lucky, not where you want to turn it over when you're within the 5-yard line of your opponent.
Second time the Miners have recovered their own fumble, but this time it's Eric Niederberger into the end zone. Touchdown, Nevada Union.
And just nobody there in the hole for Niederberger. He basically walked right in. And Ponderosa now finds themselves in a very big hole. And I think Nevada Union has taken complete control of this game on the offensive side as well as the defensive side. And for Ponderosa, not having much of an offensive attack has really showed, as they are down now 28-0.
Maloney in for the PAT. He's 4 for 4 on the night. And I'll look at the scoreboard with 7 minutes, 1 second to play in the 3rd quarter. Nevada Union has lengthened their lead to 28-0. And so the Miners really having their way offensively tonight. And after Ponderosa faced its offensive adversity in the first half, they've really kind of they've had their way also defensively. So for the Miners, I guess, a little kind of a mission accomplished so far of what they really wanted to get done tonight, Michael.
Well, we've seen Nevada Union come out in their offense. We figured they were going to put up points, even though it was a low-scoring game last year. With the returning starters that they had, they were going to put up some points. That's exactly what they've done. And for Ponderosa, they have had no answer for any touchdowns that Nevada Union has put up.
Well, and so here they go. Ponderosa with another opportunity now, kicking off high and deep and into the end zone. 5 for 5 in touchbacks for Nevada Union. And how big of a tool is that?
I don't know. I mean, it's incredible to just be able to plant it into the end zone each time for Nevada Union, giving Ponderosa no chance of getting any yardage. They're going to start from their 20, it seems like, as with every kickoff that happens. And you wonder, is his leg ever going to get tired?
Well, that's a great defensive weapon right there, to be able to have a team always have to start at the 20.
Well, it eliminates the big play for Ponderosa, and momentum changes by not being able to return it.
So 1st and 10, Dias sets up again offensively, hands it to the first man through. Nice gain of about 4 on the play.
And Nevada Union's defensive line getting the good stuff there. Able to pick up some decent yardage, though, for Ponderosa. And that's all you can hope for right now for them, is just to get a few first downs, and you want to take away at least that goose egg that's on the board there.
De Palma with the carry, Joey De Palma, and it'll be a 2nd down and 6. Hardly any passing tonight by Ponderosa, but here's one. Back to pass, doesn't come off. Miners with a sack.
And just great coverage. That was definitely a secondary sack is what you'd want to call that. Had plenty of time to possibly get rid of it, but the defensive backs for Nevada Union were all over their receivers, and with Petnato and the rest of that crew rushing you, you're not going to have much time after that.
5:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. Miners well in control right now, 28-0, and it'll be another 3rd down and long for the Bruins. Dias in another passing situation under center, but instead it's a sweep to the left side, has to sidestep several possible tacklers, but Austin Edmondson is taken down for another loss, and after their first gain, Ponderosa proceeds to go backwards on 2 successive plays, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Let's take a look at it, Michael.
And it looks like they're just going to run a simple sweep, and Nevada Union is just all over it. And gang tackling again, as you see 2, 3, 4 Miners on that. And Ponderosa's offense has just got to be frustrated right now with what's going on.
Dave Humphers was asking for 2 points tonight, and this is going to be a chance at a return. And he fumbles it, picks it up, goes to run with it, goes down the right sideline. Nice gain. Niederberger gets into some open territory and gets a nice gain on that after the reception. I guess the nice part about it is they start off in Bruins territory again.
Yes, they do, and a little bit of luck there with Niederberger bobbling it. I thought we were going to get a chance to see them set up their reverse on a punt return, but that's all right. It ended up working out for them as they do start in Ponderosa's territory. And I think we have a penalty on the play as well.
Well, and the penalty is against Ponderosa, and it's a big one. It's a 15-yard penalty. Niederberger, I think one of the things that Niederberger did really well is after he fumbled the ball, he said, you know, I can pick this ball up and run with it rather than just fall on it, and as a result of that, he picked up about 30 total yards.
Yes, he did. And Ponderosa seems to be losing their cool a little bit here with 2 personal fouls within the last few minutes of this game. So 4:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. Man in motion is Slade. Slade takes the ball, hits the right side. Minimal gain on the play. However, it does keep the clock rolling. And a little bit of a stop there for Ponderosa, but I think it's a given that Nevada Union is just going to be able to roll tonight.
Niederberger with has to be some really good yardage tonight, Michael. He and Hoskin have both been standouts offensively for Nevada Union.
Yes, they have. Ponderosa has had no answer for either one of those tonight.
Now here's a pass over in the left flat. Ball is complete to Chappell. Good moves. Breaks through. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Nevada Union. No, he steps out of bounds. They call him stepping out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Fantastic catch. Great run after the catch. Yards after catch is what they talk about. And he picked up 2 key blocks on that play. As we'll look at it right here. Gets 2 good blocks, makes one guy miss, and then it's off to the races at that point. It looked like he was going to attempt to dive in. And I believe does a good job. Doesn't even go out of bounds, just lands on the 1 yard line.
So a 1st and goal for Nevada Union. There's the handoff to the left side, but not much yardage there. On the play, the carry by Dan Agnes.
I think we're seeing some of their other running backs getting into the game.
Agnes comes back in and Slade comes out. Jans has Slade right behind him, and that's who will take the ball. Crashes up the middle, gets inside the 5.
Another 3rd and goal for Ponderosa. We'll see if they're going to be able to come up with a stop this time, or if Nevada Union's going to be able to walk right in.
3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Jans in the shotgun. Man in motion, rolls right, has a lot of room, needs a block from Slade. Gets it! Touchdown, Miners!
And Nevada Union rolling on all cylinders right now. Ponderosa, no answer. Nothing from them right now on the defensive side. Nevada Union is just taking it to them, taking them to the woodshed now.
And you take a look there. Great run by Jans, but he really needed that block by Slade. Slade a running back, and Slade delivered the block that allowed him to sidestep and go right into the end zone for the touchdown. And here comes his holder, Jans, and Hoskin comes in too. Hoskin relieves Jans, and Nevada Union has to take a timeout on a PAT.
A little bit of miscommunication. Guys get a little too excited, celebrating and all, and just forget some of their assignments and some of the plays or some of the special teams that they should be on. But
well, at 34-0, I don't want to be ahead of myself, but at 34-0, with the next touchdown, they go to at least 40, and then that would be a running clock.
That would be.
So, Nevada Union with 2:37 to go, and about ready to record their 35th point. Spotted, kicked, good.
We've seen some great things tonight from Nevada Union on their offensive and defensive side, just overpowering Ponderosa, which really I didn't expect that from Ponderosa. I thought this was going to be a rather close game after the result that we had from last year. But Nevada Union showing the power that they have with their offense and with their defense, and this is a very scary team, and I'm sure a lot of teams around our area are looking at this game saying, wow.
Well, and let's face it for a moment here. Let's take a look at the replay, and then we'll get back a little bit to the offensive. Here's that touchdown. Watch Slade. There he is pulling.
And just a great block right there. Jance needed one block. The defensive back came up, and Slade made sure to pick him up, and Jance did the rest. And just basically a walk-in after that.
You know, and let's kind of conclude this at the point here. Let's say that Scar had not been hurt. Well, the Miners still have put 35 points up on the board against Ponderosa's defense. Even if he had been 100% healthy, it probably would have been different for them to record 35 points against Nevada Union.
I would say so. If Scar was in, you might have seen a better ball control, keeping the ball away from Nevada Union. But I think in the end, with the way Nevada Union's offense has been able to roll, you know, Scar is not the one who plays defense necessarily as well. So you don't know if they would have been able to stop him anyways. I think we might have seen a little bit more scoring from Ponderosa for sure.
So here it is, line drive deep into the end zone again, way to the back of the end zone. 6 for 6 on the evening for Connor Maloney.
I wonder if we even need to kick it off anymore. Should we just down it at the 20 and go from there?
I know. You know, and you take a look, you have to be impressed with this team tonight. Defensively, maybe this isn't the strongest offensive team they're going to face this season.
No, not at all.
But defensively, they have a big defense, and they've been able to, you know, really slice through the defense all night.
Yeah, and I think they've showed great signs of what this defense is capable of.
And a penalty is against Nevada Union, I believe. And so let's see if they want the Miners to kick off again. And I think blocking below the knees. And so what are we going to see here? And there seems to be a little bit of confusion. The head referee here, the same referee who worked the infamous Nevada Union Grant City Championship game of several years ago, in which the Miners beat Grant in the regular season right here at Hooper Stadium, 23-0, and then came back and annihilated Grant again in quite a controversial game. I don't know if you remember that one, Michael, but the coach for Grant got kicked out.
Yes, I do remember that.
They called a penalty on Grant as they were lining up for the extra point from the touchdown. And on the very next play, Jesse Edlin ran for a touchdown. We called it a 14-point play, and it was part football game, part melodrama.
Well, I think that game basically to sum it up, they sent Grant into Division II on an unhappy note. That's exactly what they did.
That was a huge game.
The last game in Division I for Grant, and Nevada Union said, "Have a nice day."
They did. Next year, Nevada Union goes to Division II, and we'll see what happens at that point in time. But here's a chance. Let's see. Connor, this would be a 75-yard kick if Maloney could put this one in the end zone. He may have a little trouble with that, but let's see how deep it goes.
Might get their first opportunity to run something back for Ponderosa. And if you're Ponderosa, you're excited to hopefully put together a big play.
And so here he comes. And this is going to be a squib by design. And the player takes it and falls down at the 31-yard line.
But for Ponderosa, you got to think of it as a pretty good start at the 31 as opposed to the 20.
Well,
you'd like to see them try to put something together, but maybe falling on it seemed to be the best route to go.
So 1st and 10, 2:36 to go. We're still in the third quarter from Hooper Stadium. Dias brings his Bruins to the line of scrimmage. And he is back to pass. Looking over the middle, being chased. Good coverage by the Miners. Sheds another player, throws it downfield. Had a man wide open as Jordan Harder was there by himself, but he overthrows him incomplete.
And he did a great job of avoiding the pass rush. He had Chad Knight as well as Petnato after him. Did a great job getting around them. Had the receiver open, but unfortunately, and something that we've seen from Ponderosa all night, just can't capitalize on anything on the offensive side. There's no rushing game, no passing game whatsoever, and that's just too bad to see that for them.
So 2nd and 10. Little confusion. 3 receivers here on the near side of the field, and they're going to open up the passing game. And again, good coverage. Might have to run, will run, but the Miners are going to, and he gets away. And he gets close to the first down. Looked like the Miners had him pretty well surrounded, but Dias got out of the grip of 3 Nevada Union defenders and took it for a nice gain, where it will be 3rd down and about a yard.
And Dias putting together a couple of good plays there for Ponderosa. And
inside 2 minutes of the third quarter.
Interesting to see how long Nevada Union is going to keep their first team defense out there with the score as it is.
3rd down handoff gets the first down.
And finally get to see a first down for Ponderosa. I believe that's the first one they've had this half. So seeing them put together a little something here. And again, hoping to get rid of the goose eggs out there on the scoreboard.
So 1st and 10. Clock running with 1:15 to go in the third quarter. Handoff coming this side, needs to get a block, Miners almost stripped the ball away, but close to a first down. Nice 9-yard gain on the play by Dias himself.
And excellent to see Ponderosa putting together a couple of good, solid runs.
Perhaps preparing themselves for next week, Michael, because you don't know whether Lindell Scarr will be back.
Yes, definitely, and this is the perfect opportunity. You're going up against a great defense to work on some things, and maybe to work on those passing plays a little bit more, since it's something that they seem to struggle with.
Handoff, first down yardage. Miners take Joey DePalma into the backfield, but he gets enough yardage to record the first down. Might be the last play of the third quarter. And believe that it probably will be. Dias coming up to the line of scrimmage, but he will run out of time. So that's the end of the third quarter. 3 in the book here from Hooper Stadium. Miners in control, 35-0. So, Michael, it will be interesting to see what Ponderosa can put together here in the fourth quarter. This has been their best drive of the second half, and their best drive of the first half probably was when Scarr was still playing.
Okay. Right now you're just looking for a little bit of momentum going into next week, hoping to put on a score, maybe a second one here in this fourth quarter, and again, just preparing for next week as they go about the rest of this game. For Nevada Union, who has looked extremely well, has done extremely well tonight in all aspects and phases of the game, from special teams to defense to offense. We haven't seen a lot of mistakes out of them, and we've seen them force a lot of mistakes by Ponderosa. So a good first look for Nevada Union in week one as they continue their march to the section championship.
And so next week we will look forward to bringing you all of the action again. We'd like to remind you that next week on the schedule is Rockland. That should be a good game.
I would say so. Rockland, a very strong team, another ranked one in our section, and then even the following week against Roseville. Two areas that have a lot of population, able to build up pretty good programs.
Dias back to pass. Looks over the middle, overthrows his receiver, and incomplete.
Well, an opportunity for Dias to get a good completion on that one, just barely missed his target. The receiver wasn't able to come up with the catch as the ball was thrown behind him.
And next week also, Wood Creek at the Placer Hillman. Marty Mortensen bringing you all of the action. Paul Brown at his side. Nevada Union will play Rockland, and Wood Creek at Placer Hillman. A doubleheader by Touchdown Productions next Friday night. 2 Foothill games. So here, second down and 10. Rolls right, is going to take it himself. Goes and finally goes out of bounds, probably about 5 yards short of the first down.
A little bit of yardage for Ponderosa, but looks like we have another flag on the play. Be interesting to see what it is.
And there is the Ponderosa sideline. And this one will probably go against Ponderosa, and it will. It's going to set up a second down and 17.
And just as we think they're going to be able to put together a drive and possibly score, they have a penalty like that and just really sets them back in a second and long.
So let's see how they recover from it. Early moments of the fourth quarter, Miners in control, 35-0. And that penalty is even going farther back. And that is holding against Ponderosa. So that'll make it a second down and forever. And Dias is back, looking over the middle. He's going to run. two Miners chasing him, and he goes down short of the 50-yard line.
And good coverage again by Nevada Union, forcing the quarterback to run. And we saw Dias there with a little bit of speed, picking up a little bit of yardage. It's still going to be third and very, very long for Ponderosa, but a good pickup, and maybe they can put together a nice deep pass.
3rd and 19. Dias comes back in with a play. And for Ponderosa, a big play, but one of the things that's been great tonight is Nevada Union's coverage has made it very difficult for Dias. But he's back. Here comes the rush, and down he goes.
It looks like they actually have in a new quarterback, Joe Earnshaw, number 8, getting a little bit of action.
Yep, so Joe Earnshaw comes in, and Joe met the Miners there.
Oh, he definitely met the Miners and welcoming him to Hooper Stadium tonight.
And you had Dan Pettinato in there, along with
Bodie Weininger.
And so here is the punt, and should be returnable.
I think we're possibly
Will we
see
get
a good
the
return.
reverse? Nope, he needs one.
Oh,
block.
great
Beautiful
block by Fike.
Great block, and this is going to be a big game. He needs to pick up one more block and cut inside. He does. 40, 30. No one's going to catch him. Touchdown, Miners!
Exactly what we talked about. If Nevada Union was able to put together a good punt return, get their fake going, and pick up some key blocks, they were going to put together a good punt return. And Fike, we saw come up with a huge hit that just sprung it wide open, picked up a few more blocks around the 50-yard line, and Beer Temple took care of the rest. And just an excellent, excellent return. And something that we have anticipated for most of the night, seeing a return from Nevada Union, because they do so well at their return, something that they practice religiously on their fakes when they do the fake reverse or reverse. I know it's something that they spend at least 20 minutes a day on during practice.
Chris Beer Temple, a great run and a sensational touchdown. Connor Maloney with the extra point, 42-0 with 9 minutes 50 seconds to play, and some of the faithful begin to head for the exits. And let's take a look at this one. We'll want to see it.
Well, we want to keep an eye on number 2 right there, Fike, as he's going to come down. We get a good fake, throws Ponderosa off a little bit, and you're going to see coming in right here, number 2 just lay a great lick. I mean, number 34 didn't see that coming at all. And then he's got the whole sideline to himself coming through, picks up a few more blocks as he gets up here to the 40 and 50-yard line.
And a great block, another very good block there.
And just smooth sailing.
By Juan Espinoza.
Just smooth sailing for Beer Temple as he takes it to the
Fike and
end zone.
Espinoza really spring it there, Michael.
They do, and it's just a great run. It's pretty much was a cakewalk after those 2 blocks, it seemed like, for Beer Temple. And Nevada Union, who works so hard on their special teams because it's such a big aspect of the game, anytime that you can put up a quick 7 on a team, it just bodes well for your team.
So Ponderosa, who lost a year ago to Nevada Union by the narrowest of margins, 15-14, finds themselves down here with a lot of the fourth quarter to go, 42-0.
And you could just see how Nevada Union has retooled both their offense and defense. It's not a matter of rebuilding, it's a matter of reloading, and that's exactly what they've done. And for Ponderosa, it doesn't seem as if the same has happened for them.
And the only good thing about this is that it should, and that one doesn't go into the end zone. So bringing it on out, goes to the right side, eludes a couple of Miners, gets to the 30, good gain on the play, excellent run back for Ponderosa, and they get back to about the 41-yard line of Ponderosa.
And we talked about how such a weapon the kickoff game can be with those touchbacks, and you see an opportunity for Ponderosa to run one back, and they're going to start in great field position for the first time really in the second half, and maybe just a slight momentum to get their offense going and put up a score here late in the game.
And last ball for basket number 697444.
Keenan Mayfield leaves the game. And Nevada Union takes a timeout.
I think we had a little bit of confusion as they're subbing guys in and out right now, getting a couple of the second teamers in. With the score the way it is, they're going to look to get everybody in today.
Well, and you'd have to think Ponderosa looking to make, like you said, Michael, trying to get something going, to get some momentum going for next week.
You know, you just want to try to build from week to week, and football is an interesting sport. It's not like others where you're playing 3 or 4 games in a week. You're playing one game, so you've got to build up each week for one game, and then come into Monday, you tear everything down, and it's almost like a start over. You build back up with a new game plan, and not as new as with new plays or anything, but you're preparing for a different opponent, and for Ponderosa, you just want to somewhat get your offense going here and end this week on a high note, come back Monday ready to go and ready for next week.
So here we go, 9:39 to go in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10. Earnshaw in at quarterback, throws him the right flat, complete, cuts back into the middle of the field. Some good yardage on the play. Nice first down inside Minor territory at Nevada Union's 44.
And Earnshaw actually looks a little bit more comfortable sitting back there in the pocket. Went through his progressions, saw that there was nothing there, and was just able to swing it out.
Picked up Joey DePalma, and let's take a look at DePalma's game here.
Yeah, just a nice little swing pass to the outside. Nobody was covering him, and they were able to pick up a first down.
So 1st and 10. A little bit more of the passing game. Wide open is Travis Fisher.
Ponderosa had a great opportunity right there to put up a point and just overthrew his receiver by 5 yards. And unfortunate for Ponderosa as they're looking to put up a score right now.
Down by 42 to nothing. And Earnshaw in after Scar started. Dias came in, and now Earnshaw calls his own number on a draw and is tackled after a nice gain.
And Ponderosa just showing a little life here, putting together a few good plays and coming up on, I believe, would be a 3rd and short. And hopefully they can pick up a first down here in the next 2 plays. I would assume that this is 2-down territory. They'll be going for it on 4th down if they can.
So 3rd down and short. About 3 yards on the play. Earnshaw back, throws in the flat. It's a completion. Bitnoff is gang tackled by Nevada Union at about the 30. Connor Bitnoff.
Ponderosa able to get a first down as they continue to march on throughout this drive. And Nevada Union, you get to see quite a few more of their players now. You know, guys who have definitely worked hard all summer and to improve themselves.
It's good to get them in and to get some game experience.
Yes, definitely, because you know a lot of these guys are going to be younger guys who are preparing not just for this year, but also next year, like you said, with the game experience.
Back is Earnshaw again, throws this one over the middle. Has his receiver, Travis Fisher, but Fisher does not make the reception. And one of the things that has hurt Ponderosa tonight is they've had a lot of drop balls.
They've had some drop balls and just opportunities that they're not taking advantage of. I think Ponderosa has come across plenty of chances to score, to put together drives, to keep their drives going, and it just hasn't happened for them as they have been unable to execute on that offensive side and the defensive side.
Tyler Prince checking in for Nevada Union. Be a 2nd and 10. just inside the 30, back to pass, throws that one over the middle, throws it behind his receiver, and it was an excellent opportunity for a interception by Bodie Winiger.
Yeah, threw it behind the receiver, and Winiger was right there and ready for that interception, but unfortunately couldn't squeeze it.
So 3rd and 10. It seems obvious that Earnshaw has given the Bruins the opportunity to open up the passing game a little bit more than Dias did earlier.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, and it looks like Earnshaw is just much more comfortable in the pocket as well, although not as accurate, I don't think.
And that's a handoff up the middle. Nice gain. Doesn't quite make the first down on the play. But that's Joey DePalma with the carry. And that'll be a 4th down and about a yard.
Ponderosa, hopefully they're able to pick up a first down, continue this drive. And Nevada Union, you just want to be able to hold up this shutout. Anytime you can get a shutout during a game, doesn't matter who the opponent is. It's a tremendous job by your defense and something to really build on as you go through the rest of the season.
So Earnshaw, handoff, first down up the middle by DePalma.
Ponderosa just continuing to march on during this drive.
6:49 to go in the 4th quarter. Game starting to wind down. Miners in command, 42-0. First preseason game of the season, and our pleasure to bring it to you here on Touchdown Productions. Michael Strong, Jim Adams, glad you can join us. Back to pass, a lot of pressure. Oh, he gets away from 2, but Earnshaw then is hit, and it's an incomplete pass.
They made some great moves avoiding the pass rush, but again, receivers are not getting open for him. He had nobody to throw it to, really, and by the time he did see somebody, there was somebody on top of his back.
So 2nd and 10. However, they've sure gone to the passing game under Earnshaw.
Well, they've opened up the playbook, definitely, and it's good to see them do that, work on a few plays that potentially could really help them as they go along throughout the season.
Well, and they definitely may need a good quarterback next week, and there is a flag on the play. Offsides against Nevada Union. We'd like to remind you to stay with us after the game for the Bill Slade and Sons Trucking Player of the Game, produced by Award Innovations. And I kind of have a couple of candidates in my mind. How are you doing it with it, Michael?
You know, it's actually been a very tough game. I think we've seen such a great job done by the team. There's so many that you could pick from. I mean, you have Beer Temple, who's had some good runs here and there, had that punt return as well. Drew Hoskins is another one that you might be able to look at. So, I mean, it's plenty of them to choose from.
And here's a pass in the flat. Good yardage on the play. Breaks, I think, for a first down.
And Ponderosa here is running those little swing passes to the running backs, and Nevada Union isn't doing too good of job picking up the running back. They've got the rest of the receivers covered, but those little swing passes to the outside, Ponderosa is hitting on.
1st and goal, inside the 5. Handoff, gets to the goal line, and in for a touchdown. Joey DePalma finishes off the drive with a touchdown for Ponderosa.
Ponderosa able to put on a couple of points, taking away the goose egg. It's good to see for them. Again, we just talked about building into next week, having a little bit of momentum, and looks like they're going to line up a little bit differently with their special teams here.
So the point after. Mark Fackrell gets it up and good.
Well, we might get a second opportunity to see a kick return by Nevada Union.
Yes. So look at the scoreboard, 5:38 to go. Miners in control. There you see it, 42-7.
And on the replay, just a simple power play to the left. We have a missed tackle up front. He's able to spin out of it, fall right into the end zone for a touchdown, and Ponderosa is able to put up 7 here late in the fourth quarter.
So for the Miners, a job pretty well done tonight. The second string comes in, and as the second string comes in, the Miners allow a touchdown, but 42-7, the damage had been done, and now we're inside 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and pretty impressive showing here for the first game. Huh?
Very, very impressive. Nevada Union is a very scary team. When you look at this team, they have tremendous firepower, running 4 or 5 backs at a time. Brogan Jantz look excellent in his pass plays, and the special teams have done very well for Nevada Union. And this is scary for Rockland, who's going to play them next week. They're going to look at this film, and I would assume that they're a little bit worried facing a team this good.
Well, that will be our next contest here on the Touchdown Productions Television Network. We're going to come to you next Friday from Rockland Stadium, home of the Thunder. And Nevada Union will have their second test of this young season. And there is a squib kick, fumbles, but picks it up and gets about to the 42-yard line.
Ponderosa looking to run a little bit of a onside kick almost.
Well, and you know, the Miners they didn't see that coming, which, you know, Michael, that made pretty good sense.
No, not at all. They were backpedaling well before the kick was even up in the air.
So at their own 43, they take up shop. And Tyler Prince into the game. Jason Slade comes out. And timeout is called by Ponderosa. So 5:34, we're going to try to pick up who is in at quarterback for Nevada Union. It looks like maybe it's Brock Kraus. And I'm looking at the sidelines to see if I pick up Brogan Jantz. And he has had a good start to his season.
Yeah, had a rushing touchdown tonight, which looked very nice. Made some great passes as well. Just a really strong showing for the Nevada Union offense as well as the defense.
A lot of the starters now on the sidelines. And it will be Brock Kraus. Handoff, sweep right here, but a number of Bruins players, led by Nick Gregorio, makes the tackle. And the only good thing that does at this point, Michael, is it keeps the clock running.
Yes, exactly. And Nevada Union just looking to run down the clock here, get out of this week, and prepare for Rockland next week. And Ponderosa, you still want to be able to come up with the stop. You ended your offense on a high note with a touchdown, and now you'd like to have a defensive stop here as well.
Tyler Prince on the carry for Nevada Union. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 for the Miners. Inside 5 minutes here in the fourth quarter. Handoff, good misdirection. Nice gain on the play.
Well, they had everybody going right, and they came back with the counter back to the left, and Ponderosa, I don't think, was expecting that.
Senior Dan Agnes with the carry, and that'll bring up a 4th down and about 3. And a little bit of indecision on the sidelines for Nevada Union.
Looks like
Kraus comes in and is joined by Cody Long.
I think we're going to see him go for it here on 4th down. Maybe cement this game in, run out the clock.
And there is the first down. Nice gain on the play. Tyler Prince breaks into the secondary, into Ponderosa territory, and the Miners get that first down.
Just a good push up front by Nevada Union, opened up a nice hole. And Nevada Union coming up with the first down, looking to run the rest of this clock out.
And let's take a look at Prince on this carry.
Yeah, it's just a good hole, hits it rather hard, and is just able to pick up the first down again. And Nevada Union, doesn't matter who's running the ball, they seem to be doing well.
Oh, and a nice play there to even get the ball off. Now he'll be tackled in the backfield on the carry by Kirby Hopper. But that was a good play by Kraus just to get the handoff.
It was. It looked like he was going to go down, and somehow was able to get it off to Hopper. And Ponderosa doing a great job of getting in there and pushing the Miners' offensive line back a little bit.
3 minutes to go. Second and long. Handoff. Good gain. Up the middle. Big gain. First down. Josh Senna takes it deep into Ponderosa territory inside the 20.
And Josh Senna is somebody who we got a good look at last week, and only a junior this year. He runs hard, has great speed as well. He'd be an interesting one to watch in the next couple years, as you see here, just great speed cutting up through the hole by Senna.
So first and 10, 2.5 minutes to go. Handoff. First tackler doesn't quite get him, but Agnes taking the ball for about a 2-yard gain. Make it a 2nd and 8.
And Nevada Union's offense just continuing to eat up the yardage and eat up the time on the clock right now.
So Kraus under center. And that's going to go nowhere. Big loss by Nevada Union. Bring up a 3rd down and very long. And now another Bruin is hurt. And they have not fared well at all tonight. And you have to wonder, in this situation, Michael, if it goes to 4th down, do they try a field goal in this situation?
I would assume they would. You want Maloney's over there getting warmed up. You should go for it. You want to see what his leg has got here in the early season. So he'd have some good distance on it. You want to be able to put him in situations to kick, no matter if the game is in a pressure situation or not. Get him some of that exposure out there on a decently big stage.
Nasser Siso down for the Bruins. Minute 45 to go. And doesn't look good at this particular point in time.
And Ponderosa already suffering some injuries tonight, with Scar going down early in that first quarter.
And the Ponderosa team kind of recesses to their sideline. Let's look ahead a little bit to next week. Game played at Rockland. Nevada Union, we thought that this might be a decent test. Rockland should give them something to handle next week.
Yes, you would assume so. Rockland, who's put together a relatively good program here in the last few years. I think that one is going to be a good game. But this Nevada Union offense and this Nevada Union defense is awfully, awfully scary. And if they can come out on fire like they did tonight, I think we could be in a really good shootout battle possibly. But if Rockland can't slow this offense down, they better hope that their offense is able to put up some points.
2 seasons ago, the Miners struggled with a losing record. Last season, they come roaring back with a 10-2 record on the season. And this season, again, just very deep in talent.
Yes, they definitely are. And from 2 seasons ago to where they are now, in the last 2 years, they've put the program back on the map. Fell off for a year or so, but last year and this year I think we're going to see some very great things from this team.
And so the Miners in good control. Siso still down on the field, and it looks like the medics are kind of sensitive about moving him. Maybe we can see a replay of that play leading up to it, and here it is right here, Michael. Take a look.
And just a simple run to the outside, and I want to say it looked like he got stepped on. As you can see him there, he was the first one in on the play, and I think he might have gotten a cleat to the shin or something like that is what it looks like. As you can see, he's holding it. So you hope in a situation like that he'll be okay. And it's unfortunate to see another player down on the ground for Ponderosa and for any players.
Dave Humphers there, and both the medical staff of the Miners and Ponderosa there.
And again, he's the first one in on the tackle, and looks like right there he might have gotten stepped on, I want to say. There's a lot of bodies flying through that area, and could have very easily just a simple cleat mark.
And you could see just as that play was winding down, he looked like he was in a lot of pain just coming down there. And you wonder if we'll have a little bit of a delay here to get him off of the field. Not a lot of movement right now. A little bit of movement there in the left leg.
It looks like they're going to bring the ambulance in here.
And so as unfortunate as it is, this is kind of a field, Michael, where I think they can drive right out there. We'll take a look and see what they opt to do in that situation. Sierra Nevada Memorial Hospital ambulance. And not a good night for Ponderosa. And let's take a look at it. Let's see if we can key on him. He's kind of the first one to come into the play there. And you see him right in the center going down right now. And stumbles down and then is hit. And I think maybe
maybe a little bit of a neck injury.
I think
on that
so
one.
too. I think that Gil, maybe could you re-cue that, re-rack that for us for a second? And let's stop it here at a particular point, bringing it back as they get ready to remove Siso from the field. And let's take one more look, and I can show you kind of the point where I think the injury occurred. Okay, almost right there, trip. Now watch how his head, right there, his head is starting to be pushed back, and there it goes quite back, and you can see how he just stumbles over, injured immediately. And so there is the board, and you'll see them slip it on under him. He'll go on over to Sierra Nevada, I'm sure, immediately. We probably will not have a report prior to the end of tonight's game. And for Ponderosa, from an injury point of view, not a good game at all. Lindell Scarr, their star player, their offense really revolves around him, out early in the game, in the first quarter, with an injury, and he was not to return. And now here we see Siso in a situation where they're going to have to delicately remove him from the field, and they roll him over onto the board.
Just unfortunate for him to be in a situation like this. Very scary, and it's a very scary situation. In this violent sport that we do play with football, there's a lot of contact that happens, and it is part of the game, and it's unfortunate that sometimes they're a little bit more severe than others.
Dr. Curtis down, assisting also. Team doctor for Nevada Union. And it looks like they're going to do some taping to stabilize. I think it's got to be his neck.
That's what it looked like when he collided. I think it might have jarred something in there. I mean, there's so many things throughout your body and throughout your spinal cord that you can rupture, and we might be looking at a situation. Hopefully, it's just a stinger for him.
Well, we did see him move his left leg there at one point, so perhaps that is a good sign. So the last few minutes of this game winding down are going to take a little while, 1:45 to go. We'll remind you that next week we will be in Rockland. We'll be bringing you the action from the showdown between the Miners and the Thunder. And we'd like to remind you that this special edition of Nevada Union Miner Football is being underwritten by Hanson Brothers Enterprises. Hanson Brothers knows the requirements for a beautiful home. It all begins with a good foundation. Hanson Brothers specializes in site preparation and the placement of underground utilities and septic systems. Then you add drainage, driveway paving, concrete work, and finally finish it off with topsoils and garden enhancements from Hanson Brothers Colfax. It's all at Hanson Brothers Construction, HB Reynolds, Hanson Brothers Colfax, where no project is too small.
And Mike Bratton, State Farm Insurance and Financial Services. Are you in the State Farm zone? At Mike Bratton's State Farm Insurance, you'll never have to worry about it because Mike and his team know how to take care of you and your family's insurance needs. They do their best to exceed your expectations of what an insurance company can do for you because they are also your friends and neighbors right here in Nevada County. Mike Bratton, State Farm Insurance.
Plaza Tire and Auto Service. The Hauser family says if it's round, rubber, and it rolls, then you'll find it at Plaza Tire. From regular car and truck tires to small specialty tires for your trailer or golf cart, you can trust Plaza Tire will have the tire for you. They stake their reputation on it every day. Plaza Tire has you covered with 3 locations, the original in Nevada City, Plaza Tire in Penn Valley, and Plaza Tire in Colfax. Plaza Tire and Auto Service, auto repair done on your schedule, not theirs. Finally, by Touchdown Productions, we are celebrating our 13th season of local sports television. Let's hope that that 13th season is lucky for the Miners. Jim Adams, along with Michael Strong, Gil Dominguez, the entire Touchdown Productions team, thanks for joining us today. Be sure to stay with us after the game when we announce the Bill Slade and Sons Trucking Player of the Game Award, presented by Bill Slade and Sons Trucking and produced by Award Innovations of Grass Valley. Will select the most deserving NU Miner and honor him with a wonderful Game of the Week plaque. Stay tuned for the Bill Slade and Sons Trucking Player of the Game Award, presented by Bill Slade and Son, manufactured by Awards Innovations, coming up immediately after the game. I've kind of narrowed it down to, I think, 3 names. Niederberger, Beer Temple, Hoskin have all had big games tonight, Mike.
I would say so, and I actually like Niederberger, who's come up with a couple of good defensive plays for Nevada Union, as well as on the offensive side. So any one of those 3 would be a very good pick.
Well, and a lot of the offense went right in his direction, and so, early on, he was the one who kind of blazed the trail. And so here we go. We're going to start the last minute 40 of the game. Handoff right side. Not a lot of yardage. Some good forward movement, but that will bring up a 4th down and about 10 for Nevada Union. We are inside a minute 30 to play. Okay, so Miners are going to go for it on 4th down. So see what the Miners come up with. Up at 1 minute to play. Big sweep on the right side. Needs to get a block. Gets it. Cuts inside and gets first down yardage inside the 10. And that will do it for tonight.
Just a fantastic run. Got a great block on the outside by, looked like, number 81, Jason Hebert. He sustained his block and able to get around that side. Hopper was able to get around the side for a first down.
Second man through, but the ball falls, and I think it's recovered by Ponderosa, and it is.
A great job by Ponderosa being able to force the turnover here late in the fourth quarter with 42 seconds left. Again, just something else to build upon for their team defensively and offensively.
First turnover of the night by Nevada Union. Ponderosa had a fumble that they lost in the first quarter. So each team with one turnover. Miners have had 2 additional fumbles that they have recovered themselves. And so with 42 seconds to play, Ponderosa has one more shot at it. And they're going to go over in the right flat, complete. Stays in bounds. And clock continues to run. Inside 30 seconds to go.
We've seen that play the last few drives for Ponderosa, the little swing pass out to the running back.
And our Nevada Union player of the game, Eric Niederberger. Eric Niederberger with a great game offensively and defensively. And for the Miners, probably the main offensive player of the night. And another incompletion stops the clock with 2.3 seconds to play. So Michael Niederberger, good game on the night.
I would say so. He played excellent along with the rest of the crew of Nevada Union. You could have picked a number of them to be the player of the game tonight. All in all, great game by him, great game by Nevada Union.
And so this should be, barring a defensive penalty, this should be the last play of the game. Back being chased, almost tackled, throws though, and it's incomplete. And so time runs out. Nevada Union in their premiere of the season beats the Ponderosa Bruins 42-7 for a good showing here tonight. We'll be back in a moment. We're reminding you that you're watching exclusive Nevada Union Miner football on the Touchdown Productions television network.
Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum welcome you to their Grass Valley location. Using OptiMap technology, Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum offer complete eye examinations and can treat any eye condition. They then fill your prescription and grind your lenses in-house, offering a wide selection of frames and contacts. Chan, Moon, and Kirschbaum, protecting your most precious gift of sight. 360 Sierra College Drive, Grass Valley. Personal trainer Michael Strong has a new way for you to be healthy. It's GetFitRight.net, the personal trainer that comes to you. Speed, strength, agility, and stamina can all be increased with regular workouts, and Michael Strong tailors each one to you. So be healthy with the help of Michael Strong and
GetFitRight.net. Woo!
in Grass Valley.
Walker's Office Supplies. Mike Anderson and his family at Walker's Office Supplies specialize in ways to make your business and home become more efficient. They carry thousands of products, from printering to pencils. You can shop in the store, order over the phone, or on the net at walkersgv.com, and they'll deliver it usually in just one day. Walker's Office Supplies, 535 Main Street in Grass Valley.
Your car or truck is an extension of your personality. Chuck Cabros knows this, so Top This delivers truck and auto attitude every day with in-store displays featuring thousands of products from WeatherGuard, DZ, Bracket Truck Racks, along with a large selection of aftermarket performance products, all from the top manufacturers. So give your car or truck the attitude it deserves at Top This Truck and Auto Accessories.
The Painter family has been taking care of feeding Nevada County families since 1959. And in October, we'll celebrate 50 years of service to you. At both locations of SPD, you'll always find USDA choice beef and a full-service meat department, a complete deli section, produce department, post office, and everything else that makes SPD so special. SPD Markets, hometown proud, where your neighbors shop.
Purchasing a used car is better for the environment than buying a new one. That's right, the energy it takes to create a new automobile versus one already built is substantial. So when you choose a used vehicle from Keith Kerwin and Todd Slover, you're helping the environment by consuming less energy. At Pioneer Motors, every car is handpicked, Carfax checked, inspected, and detailed. Pioneer Motors, 1611 Main Street in Grass Valley.
And there you see the Miners, and this broadcast is also brought to you by Touchdown Productions, celebrating our 13th season of sports excellence here in the foothills. We're now streaming on the web at www.nevadacountytv.org. Click on Watch NCTV, and there you go. Next week, we're right back at it again. Commander 2 will go to Rockland. Nevada Union will have a date with the Thunder. That game will air on September 19th, so watch for it. And our second half of our doubleheader is Wood Creek at the Placer Hillman, also airing on the 19th. Commander 3 will be at Placer for that matchup. So another exciting Friday night coming up next week as the Miners, the Bruins, the Placer Hillman all continue on their journey this football season. You can see our telecasts on NCTV Channel 11, Suddenlink 16, ACTV Channel 20, and streaming around the world at www.nevadacountytv.org. So, a lot of opportunities. We'd like to remind you that our executive producer director, Gilbert M. Dominguez. Remote coordinator, Sean Kashevsky. Titles and replay by Brandon Duckett. Announcers Jim Adams, Michael Strong. Hey, Michael. Great job tonight. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Camera operators Nicole Teichman, Danny Goodnow, Cayman Hodges, and Anthony Stewart. Office manager and photographer Lynn Dominguez. Technical engineer Paula Mikalski. Remote facilities brought to you by Commander 2 and the maintenance for Commander 2 by Plaza Tire and Auto Service. Touchdown Productions Sportswear by DK InStitches and Touchdown Productions Accounting by, the Bill Slade and Sons Trucking Award, Award Innovations also for the player of the game. Here we go, accounting by Cinto Graciano LLP. We're always interested in your comments. Write us at gil@touchdownproductions.com. So that's a wrap for tonight. For Gil Dominguez, Michael Strong, and the entire Touchdown Productions team, this is Jim Adams reminding you that you have been watching exclusive coverage of Nevada Union football on the Touchdown Productions television network. Good night, everybody.